actually smells so. Hey, can you turn it where you can see the smoke? Is the smoke billowing? I can't tell. Oh yeah, it is. We have this
Hi,
tiny
Seth's
little.
people.
Trust me, there ain't nobody in here yet. Um, we have this little dragon figurine thing that you put this little incense
It's an
bulb.
incense burner. Type.
Okay,
Oh,
it's
I
an
have one of those.
incense burner, but it's shaped like a dragon head, and the incense comes out the mouth and it like spreads around the little base.
It has mountains.
It's really cool. Yeah, it's like mountains at the base, and it looks like fog around the mountains, but it smells really good too. All right.
I got one of the little. It's like it's LEDs, and it's got like a little heater in it, and you put the little wax melts inside. And because I had the incense burners, and the incense burners last like 2 minutes, and this thing has been smelling like what is that shit? Graham crackers for I want to say 4 days.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, your s'mores one. I saw that wax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crackers.
Yeah. I got another one that smells like fireplace, and another one that smells like pine trees. So, yeah.
This one smells like roasted marshmallows.
Incense.
That's good.
But it
Oh,
smells like
you
roasted
and you
marshmallows.
and Dexton should get together with the
Well,
chocolate
but
candle.
it does.
and-
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It doesn't smell like.
Time. You have to drive to my house next time.
Oh God, no! I don't like you that much. I don't know what your problem is. I don't know how you came this far. Actually, it's not true. We're not going to be far from you. We're going almost to the border of the Carolinas because we're
You guys go to Atlanta all the time. That's not too far.
we're in
from me.
Atlanta
That's
last
2
week.
hours away.
But no, we're going even further than that. In like 3 weeks, we're going to the Haggard's Hut in North Georgia, which is way north of Atlanta. I don't know how close it'll be to you, but
Savannah's like 2 hours away. I have
wait, what?
patients who drive up from Savannah.
If Savannah's 2 hours away, then you are not far from the Georgia border. Because where I lived in Gainesville, that's North Georgia, and that's like 2 hours away from Savannah. Because Savannah's not very north; it's more central. It's just west.
Because the VA that's in Savannah is trash, so they will drive 2 hours to come to our VA instead.
Nice.
Same thing in the one in Myrtle Beach. The Myrtle Beach one is also trash, so they drive 2 hours south to come to us.
Very nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm ready. I don't know that. We'll find out. And ladies and gentlemen, and Stonky. All right, who is going to recap last session?
I can do it. Hold on. So we found a lady crying in an alleyway. Wasn't a child, it was a lady. It was raining. I rolled a natural one to seduce her. Greg scruffed me, and I slipped out of my coat. And we took her to the empty cask. No, yeah, the empty cask. And paid them some gold in order to be able to like let her work there or whatever it is. We also talked. There's a possibility that she might go to Lynn's Treasures, which is Kat's mom's place, to get a job there. She worked at the Belching Beholder, which is a pleasure den / tavern. And her husband died, and she has slowly ran out of all of her savings, and ran out of money, and is on bad times. Then there was a book. Oh, we talked about all of the books that we found. We went to the Pickled Imp. We returned the books and the things, and we got paid some money because what's his name? The guy at the Pickled Imp, whose name isn't written here. It's not written somewhere else. He gave us he paid us for doing the job, and we found out that one electrum piece is 1.2 gold, which doesn't affect me because I do math in my head, which Seth doesn't, so it hurts his brain. We got 50 gold pieces from him. And then we ran into the Jokun pranksters, who were protesting in the middle of the streets, making fun of the Council of Nine. We decided to go into an alley to go around them. We got jumped by 4 individuals, including the guy in the blue cloak. And we dispatched all of them. I killed Halafosta by hitting her with my vine whip and basically pulling it around her neck, kind of like a chainsaw, and severing both of her arteries. And then we looted them for all of their stuff, tied them up, left a note that said, "Hey, we killed these guys, but we have to go. You can come find us here." Then we went to the coins. I met Ralph Lauren. Went and signed Fatamara.
Wait, hold on.
I lost you, Ralph Lauren?
Yes, who is...
I've been calling him Ralph
I know.
Lauren since the
Who is
beginning.
that?
Hold on. Let me scroll
Silent
up.
Flow.
Okay. Oh, my
Yeah.
goodness. Sorry. Whew. You lost me there. Yep. Continue. You met Ralph Lauren.
Hold on. I don't remember his real name. Ralph. Yeah.
Ray
Lauren.
Lauren.
There you go.
Silent
Ray
Flow.
Lauren.
I forgot his
Ralph
first
Lauren.
name too. That's why yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So we ran into Ralph Lauren and Amara. And then we had a whole big conversation about what's going on with the box. And I don't know about you guys, but I kind of believed him. A lot of it made sense. It's basically just because somebody found in the inner workings of the bad guys found out where the artifact was, and we didn't want that to happen, so we were moving it back to the archive, so where it would, be under guard and whatnot. But we were really going to get it back to her so she can still try and figure out how to open the thing, because they want to figure out
Some
what's
sort of
inside.
traitor
Because
in the midst.
Yeah, because like the codes to the nuclear launch weapons are inside or something shit like that. And then we were right to be cautious. We trusted our instincts. We were being gaslit, which that's what I thought at the time. Amara might not be in on it. No one knows in the city knows what's in the box, but they're aware of where the box is. Only few people know it exists. We found out that Deandra, one of the ladies who jumped us in the alleyway, she's done this before. And she used to be one of the edgelords before.
Walkers.
Yes, thank you.
No, the Decemvirate are the edgelords. They're your bosses. Continue.
Okay. Yeah. So we found out that she was an edgewalker beforehand, but it wasn't going well for her because of her romantic relationship with a guy who sucked. And then they left, and now they're basically doing a whole bunch
Evildoers.
of shenanigans, and but we beat the shit out of them. And then Amara said, "Hey, I got a job for you. I want you to go to these ruins and find a jade katana, which there's lore behind, but doesn't really matter right now. And so we got to go there. The ruins are about a day's walk from here in a place called Tharok's Keep, and it's northeast, I think.
Yep, you can see it on
And
the
it's a
map.
wasteland where a bunch of wars were fought. Likelihood of undead is high. And then there is speculation as to why the keep itself fell. And there's a possibility we might figure that out while we're there. And now the guards are here because I murdered somebody on a rooftop. In self-defense, right? But
Yeah.
still there. So our meeting with Aaron, what's the leader guy's name?
Ambrose.
Yeah.
Ambrose, thank you. Our meeting with Ambrose started at noon. So what has it had maybe been an hour? So I assume it's like 1:00
Yeah.
on
that's a good call.
September 2nd, 2004.
That
Sound about
sounds
right?
Yep. Which is is that Tuesday or Wednesday? I think it's a Tuesday.
That's a Tuesday because the first was a Monday.
Yeah, because you're gonna need to leave. So Wednesday travel, Thursday, Friday, and then that gives you a wiggle room of a day and a half because Sunday night is going to be the event. Okay.
Yes.
All right, that sounds good. Which reminded me, I'm sure y'all all saw the Discord message, so I'll just say it for the stream as well. We have decided to retcon the death that Grok did to the halfling because looking into it, Hunter's Mark does not do damage on its own. It just increases the attack that happened. So if it increased the damage, then all it did was it made his rapier do an additional 1d4 of force damage on top of its normal damage, which means it would have any non-lethal. You can't go under 0 with non-lethal damage. So he was at 1 HP. It did 1d4 damage, which took him to 0. He's unconscious and stable. So, however, that did not change the sorcerer from getting X'd out. So,
Yeah.
All right.
Have you ever seen one of those manual chainsaws before, where it's
Yes, I've used one before.
like chain links and it's
Yep.
got rings on both ends?
Yep.
Yeah, I have one too, and that's basically what I imagine I did to her. I just wrapped that thing around her neck and pulled it.
Yep. Her head was still attached, thank God. Scar the poor
I mean,
cat.
it still is, but it got both.
Yeah, it got it. It
arteries.
got it.
She's toast. It's her fault she didn't have more HP. That's my defense.
She shouldn't have brought a knife to a store gunfight, you know?
Yeah, she shouldn't have brought fire to. No, that fire was appropriate. Never mind. She just lost.
She didn't bring her A game. How about that?
Yeah. If Ember were there, I would have died.
Alrighty. So, all that being said, you're correct. We last left off with y'all heard guards approaching into the lobby. With that, I would say that Ambrose probably is ushering y'all out of the room as he's trying to get past y'all to go and speak with the guards. First things first, this music's way too happy. All right. So as the guards approach, you see there are 6 guards full in plate armor, mask down, shield down. You can't see their faces or anything like that. These are at this point nameless guards from y'all's point of view. No weapons are drawn. They seem to be positioning themselves at the door. Some are positioning themselves around the room. But up walks another guard in more vibrant colorations. The first thing y'all notice is that there's a crest on the center of his tabard. That is the image of a scale. Y'all would recognize this as being one of the leadership of the Scale Sword Guards from the Scale Ward District, which y'all would know. There are guards. I think I've explained this before. All the guards, each district has their own set of guards, but the overall police is governed by the Scales Ward. Like, that's where the court is. That's where the headquarters for the guards are. So they're like they're the state police compared to local sheriff's departments. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So y'all would recognize that emblem. This is going to be one of the leadership. He is approaching with his helmet off, showing that he's wishing to communicate. Give me 1 second. I will show y'all a picture. All right, and this is who y'all see approaching.
Okay.
Approaching is go ahead.
I was just gonna say, but his hair is sweatier from being under a helmet all day.
Well, you don't
Or all
see it.
morning.
You don't see a helmet with him, so you don't know if he left it behind.
Oh,
He's walking
okay.
up without a helmet. He all the other ones are fully
I
helmeted.
thought you said it was in his hand, so.
Maybe I did.
It
Regardless,
gives me Harvey Dent vibes. I don't.
I
like
try it right. This is the second version. The first version, I think it was trying to make Harvey Dent, and then this is second
It's
version.
like-
I'm like, can you make him look a little more fantasy and less Hollywood? And this is what it came up with.
Yeah, it's just like the butt chin with the the scales. It's just kind of like the scales gives me Harvey Dent vibes.
Well, and his hair
and
is
then
too
the butt
good
chin-
for Dungeons and Dragons. I needed his hair,
Right.
but that's
Like,
listen. That's
He
the
also
best
gives
you
me
get.
Jamie Lannister vibes
Oh,
too.
that too, actually. Yep. All right. So as he approaches, what you see is a tall, broad-shouldered, and clean-cut man. He wears gold and blue tabard of the Scales Ward Guard with almost ceremonial neatness. His armor is polished, but the knuckles on his gauntlets show scuffs of someone who has dragged more criminals to justice than he cares to remember. His features are sharp and patrician. Straight nose, square jaw, and the faintest trace of noble lineage in his posture. As he walks in, he takes a look around. He immediately sees y'all coming out of the room. He waits for y'all to kind of move out as he. Wait, why did it pull my camera over to you when you talk? That's funny.
It does that to everybody.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
It does it all the time.
I think it's just because I'm usually zoomed in on y'all. Anyways, so once he sees the group that he was looking for walking out, he kind of straightens himself and he makes a look at Ambrose, kind of in a look of here we go. That's kind of the expression, kind of like an exasperated expression. And he says, he lifts open a little scroll, and he says, "By the order of the Scale Sword and under testimony provided to the guard, I hereby detain you four," pointing in y'all's directions, "under suspicion of the following: assault with intent to kill, murder pending classification, theft and robbery, unlawful detainment, tampering with a crime scene, failure to report a death, and public disturbance within the walls of Stormhaven. At this time, I need you all to come with me." As he's finishing that statement...
He said you four. I'm out of here, guys.
Oh, it is 5 now. That's right.
I'll see you
Should have
guys
said
later. Good luck
anything,
with that.
Stucky. You should have just sat there and let it happen.
Hey,
Right.
Jasper
So
Smart.
you just
Seth-
waved it up.
Ja-
Goodbye.
Jasper Smart. Seth is not. You 5 come with me. And oh man, that's so funny. I'm so used to us having a 4-man party. This is gonna be weird in my head to remember 5-man.
Technically, you do have a 4-man or 3-man
Oh
party.
my god.
Yeah, 3-man
I
party.
hate everybody here. I hate all of y'all.
You set yourself
you
up
love
for
us.
all of it.
Okay,
You
so
love us.
as he's finishing that, Ambrose steps forward. He says, I'm glad you came. We were just sending for you. I just got done speaking with them. They let me know what happens." As he's talking, Jasper puts his hand up and he says, "I understand. However, you know how this works, Ambrose." He's like, "Come on, Jasper. We can work some out. You know how this works." Very well. And Ambrose turns to y'all and he says, "Go with them. If you're innocent, then you'll be proven innocent. I will be along shortly." And he nods to Jasper, and Jasper looks to y'all to see what y'all are going to do.
How high is the window?
Actually, the windows are actually really high. Most of the light in this main foyer is coming from the window. They're really high, really long, but they don't come all the way down to the ground. But it's like a big double door that they've walked into. Going
Like
out,
big iron bars?
not iron bars. It's just a wooden door. Remember, this is open to the
Like
public.
just like wooden, like French, like normal, like French window
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah,
cool.
but
I'll go
yeah,
with
but pretty fancy.
We're on the second floor, right?
No, y'all, you go in the
Okay,
main
never
foyer, and his office is right there to the right. So y'all are all right there in the main foyer of the
Where are my dice? Where are my dice?
Oh god.
I mean, Grok's gonna go since
I'll
he
go.
knows that what's his face is gonna bolt.
Leia also. Y'all are saying go with Gizmo
Him.
or with the guard?
I'm going with the
What?
guard.
Guard.
Okay,
The guard.
I figured. Just
Okay.
double checking.
Keep in mind, Gizmo, when you're making your decision, there are 6 other guards that are stationed around the
Okay.
room. 2 are stationed at the door.
Leia is also
That's why I asked about the
going to
window.
make her eyes wide and childlike, but she's going to go with the guard.
Okay.
Jasmine's going to remove the scabbard with her sword in it and
Okay.
put it across her 2 palms face up and gestures for the man to take it.
Yeah. So that's
Because she assumes we're not going to be allowed to walk down armed, so
correct.
she figures it's better to offer it before they take it.
That's why he was waiting for y'all
Because
to.
it looks like she has nothing to hide.
That's what he was waiting for y'all to decide, because his next order is going to be, I need you to drop your weapons, and he'll go ahead and say that. I guess that'll be kind of the deciding thing. I need you all to drop your weapons where you're at, and my men will collect them to be returned to y'all.
Wait, I offered this before. He says it, though.
Correct. So you're saying they're
Okay.
holding it. So he's acknowledged
Yes.
that, and now he's telling the others to basically follow your demonstration.
Leia.
Okay.
I'm gonna give my weapons to
Just
Ambrose.
making sure I was getting credit for this before he asked.
He will actually nod at that. You giving it to Ambrose, he's fine with that. He just needs them off of you. If you want to leave him with Ambrose.
That's
Right.
fine.
So he nods to that exchange. That's acceptable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leia is gonna look at her claws and confusedly look at you like,
Ambrose shrugs.
okay.
They're not going to declaw you. Come on.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
God.
I hand my nail clippers over.
All right. So is everybody
They're not the TSA.
dropping all their weapons?
Yeah.
Is anybody attempting to conceal anything?
Hold on.
I will preface this by saying this would be the most elite of all the guards probably in this entire continent. So it would be very hard to conceal anything, and there would probably be much stricter consequences if found out. That being said, if you want to try conceal, you what's the line? You definitely can try.
You can certainly try.
There you go. You can certainly
Point
try.
of clarification, Quest. Before we talked about me changing my musical instrument. Were we good with that?
Yeah.
Because I'm just going through my inventory to see what I
Yeah.
have. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so we'll say you have the musical instrument, and based on are you doing the one that we discussed, the one I sent you, or are you doing
Just a regular
shape?
one right now.
Okay, so yeah, so that's your musical instrument. So if it's not weaponized, then I still would say they're not gonna let you take that to jail.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna hand my weapons and my loot over to Ambrose.
Okay, so he takes that and he nods and he says, "I'll keep this here." Actually, yeah. He says when you come to retrieve this, if I'm not here, ask my assistant.
You got it.
Mr. Stickler's going to let that happen?
Yes, he nodded at that exchange. He just wants y'all to not have your weapons.
Okay.
At this point, as he said a second ago, y'all are currently being detained. You are not being arrested. You are being detained, but y'all are being forced to go back with him for questioning. But there's no manacles. Is that what they're called?
Yes.
There's no manacles being brought out. You are not currently under arrest. You are currently being detained, but your weapons are going to have to be removed, and you're going to have to ride with him back to wherever he's taking y'all.
So are we all leaving our weapons with Ambrose, or did the guy take the one I was holding out?
The guard came up and took that one. He said that they're going to take them all, and they'll be returned to you upon completion of the questioning. But
Okay,
then
but-
Gizmo just chose to give it to Ambrose, so Ambrose is now standing there with Gizmo's stuff.
Oh. Okay. Because I figured they'd want to look at our shit. But I guess since they don't do DNA or whatever,
didn't
I
say
guess
anything.
not.
This is
Okay.
basically just the heat. It's turning into a he said, she said situation right now. But anyway, let's go.
All right. As y'all
They
they
do
start
say
leading
that
you out,
history is written by the victors, so
as they start leading you out, the two at the door, there's a male and a female. Obviously the female goes with females. They do a very quick frisk check. Again, last chance that anybody conceal anything.
No.
I would like
No.
to. I've still got those kegs, right?
Yes.
All right. I'd like
Well,
to
one
take the
left. You
one
drank
that I've
one.
been drinking. Okay, I drank one.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
then
you
I
found
have
one
to
that
take
first
the
night.
other one.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm gonna jam my thumb into it and try and shotgun it real quick.
give me a strength check, followed by a Constitution save.
All right, let's.
For the
see.
strength check, you're a big dude. It's a small keg. It just needs to be, we'll say, a 10.
you go.
Not a problem at all. Thumb pops in there, makes a big old hole. It starts pouring out. You're gulping it down. Give me a Constitution save. Are you doing the entire keg?
Yep.
All right, give me a Constitution save as you gulp the whole thing.
Nice.
You make it about halfway down, and it starts pouring out your mouth. It's not vomit, but it's pouring out your mouth, and you begin coughing, and it's kind of spewing everywhere. And Ambrose is just sitting there shaking his head, and now like, great, now I have to freaking clean this shit up too. I'm always cleaning up your messes.
All right. Then I'm gonna drop my empty on the ground, belch. All right, I'm ready to go. Let's get out of here. Let's get the show on the road, huh?
Oh God, I'll be there shortly. All right, so y'all go outside. There is a very large horse-drawn cart that is barred. There you go. Nice, good one. It is with the reverberation. But it is barred. This is the paddy wagon, essentially. And they are
I am a bard, yeah.
Holding open the door for y'all to climb in the back. There are bench seating along the sides. Plenty of space for all y'all to fit in.
I climb in the front.
Guy gets down first.
There is no option to climb in the front unless you want to fight past a guard who is currently basically ushering you into.
Can I climb
the
on
back.
top?
If you want to fight against a guard, because you're currently being ushered, you're within hand's reach of a guard. If you try and do any sudden moves, there's going to be altercation.
Okay.
It's your choice.
Do they have steps? Do they have steps?
Yes, there are
that
2 steps
allow
that come
for
off the
small
bottom.
people to-
Yes,
okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
There are 2 steps coming off the back of it that you can kind of climb up.
Okay.
Or you can have Grog just set you in there.
Hold on. I have an idea. Guys.
Oh my goodness. Everybody else is climbing in, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Jazz says, is it too far to walk?
It's not that it's too far. It is easier for them to get y'all all there without risk of y'all doing something dumb.
Well, no, I'm asking that in
Yeah.
character.
Oh,
She's asking that.
Well, they're going to respond. It's this is standard procedure. It's just simpler this way than us having to walk through the streets. And
It's
also,
more of a spectacle.
well, I was about to say it'd be more a spectacle
if they
to
didn't.
be walking in a group of a whole bunch of guards that are escorting you through town. That's kind of a spectacle as well. But also we can shut they have little wrappings that go up on the side that's tied to the top that's letting like the light in, but they can drop that to keep y'all concealed if y'all would prefer that. If y'all prefer to not be seen. Y'all just wouldn't be able to see out either.
She doesn't care.
Grok is just going.
Waiting on you,
His
Dexton. What's
mind
the plan?
hasn't done anything bad, so.
I heard him run away from his computer. I'm very concerned.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I thought you ran away. What was your plan?
The roll did not succeed. I'm not doing it.
Oh, okay. All right. So as everybody loads in, 2 guards do climb in the back with y'all. So they're gonna be sitting in with y'all closest to the door. All
Do
right.
you recognize them?
So there's
There-
room for the other 5 up
Mhm.
front? That's a big old thing. Jesus. That was not in character.
I'm gonna have to start drawing out diagrams of everything. Okay, so 4 of them are in the back.
So what are your
I mean,
guys'
it's your
names?
story. I'm
You know
just
what? You know what?
asking
No,
how
they're all up front. There's a pocket
everybody
dimension.
fits.
They all go in. When the door opens, they all come back out. Okay? Magic
man.
be magic.
This is
Okay?
magical as fuck.
And several of them are
Golly.
dead
Clown
because
car.
pocket dimensions have no
Bro.
oxygen.
This one does. Okay?
No, it does.
they
It's got
pump,
windows.
Stop.
they pump it in
Whatever,
from
I
a
don't care how
secondary
big it
pocket
is.
dimension. There's an oxygen funnel.
One of them has to like pedal on a little bike to make sure the oxygen gets in. But it
I
uses
don't
more
care.
oxygen than it
They're all
brings in.
wearing. They're all wearing fish suits because the fish suit gives you the ability to breathe in places that do not have air.
Oh my
They're all in dead.
God.
You don't need it. You don't need it.
Oh, they're all dead. If that were the case, I would be freaking out as Jazz.
And then
Hey,
the
where do we get one of these
As-
things?
as-
We gotta go. We got a mission to go.
as y'all get
to
in the
ruin,
carriage, it
like-
disappears to a different dimension because these were all mind players. Anyway. Oh
And
my
the story's
God.
over.
Yes, I can play a wizard now. I'm gonna do the same annoying voice just to piss off Roman.
Okay. As they begin traveling in whatever way this vehicle works with all this magicness, is there anything that y'all discuss along the way? Keep in mind, no, don't keep anything in mind. Whatever y'all want to do as y'all are
We're
traveling.
surrounded by a bunch of guards. Nah.
Yeah, you're not surrounded by
Wait,
guards.
so are there guards in the back with us?
Yes,
How many?
we'll say 4.
Okay.
They are between y'all are pushed up closer to the front. They are on the back, basically preventing y'all from getting out the back without going through them.
He's at the back next to one of them. I could see him eating one of their ears off, pretty much talking to them.
Yeah, I'm the distraction at this point, and I want to talk to them in case anybody else wants to do anything, like steal keys or something like that. So I'm just gonna chat them up and be like, so how long have you guys been guards for? You know, do you guys like it? Like, what is your? It's like, they're all scale sword guards, right? Or are they just,
They're all scale
like,
sword,
help
and
that
they
they
all
got?
have their helmets on, and none of them are responding to you. They're
Okay.
sitting very
Well,
stoic. They're very official at the moment.
Hey, I can also make this as awkward as I need to in order to be able to, make this.
One
So,
turns his head and looks at you like, "Oh crap, what's he about to do?" But he doesn't say anything because he doesn't want to get in trouble.
I'm just trying to make conversation on the ride over, guys. It's not like we're cooperating, right? I'm just trying to be able to make this a little bit more pleasant. Where do you guys where's the best place in town that you guys have eaten?
Okay, so while all that's happening, what's the rest of the group doing?
Just sitting there quietly,
Okay.
trying not to be bothered by this predicament.
All
I'm
right.
just listening.
What is Leia doing?
She's looking around.
Can y'all hear her fine, by the way? I adjusted my mic.
No.
She's a little quiet.
Hey, I got it out the way.
She's looking around, taking everything in, trying to listen.
And then what is your name, Stunky?
Bobby Chew. I'm
Bobby
just,
Chew.
Chewy.
I'm
Bobby
just
Chew doing?
looking out at the world as we're going by, just looking out the window.
Okay.
Just a big old smile on my face. Just, oh, hey, I know that place. Oh, that's a dog. I like that dog. Just talking to myself, whatever I see.
All right. As y'all travel,
That dog goes to heaven.
it doesn't take too long for y'all to get there. But while this is happening, going back to Gizmo. So as you continue, just talking their ear off. What all have you asked them? What just go through it quickly.
Standard things like.
You're just trying to keep
so,
chatter up, correct? That's your main goal. Is
I'm
you're just trying
trying to keep chatter up in the event that anybody wants to do it.
Gotcha.
Because I know my job is to be the distraction at all times, right? I'm basically the social tank, so that's what I'm doing. Is I'm trying to keep them busy. I'm trying to keep their eyes off of me, making sure that I am not somebody who can be ignored as much as they try, right? So
Well,
I'm
we
just
know.
trying to yeah, I know that's my job. I'm trying to just engage them in normal conversation, right? It's I'm not trying to get any information out of them, and what I would like to do is I'd like to be able to ask them about these guys who have basically hold on, what the fuck is their names? The people who have the Junkhood pranksters, but I'm not going to because we have no affiliation with them, and I'm not going to give them any information. I don't want to steer the conversation in that direction, right? So I basically want to be just generic things about the city. What is it you guys like? Trying to get their opinions on stuff. Bars that they go to that they enjoy. Different taverns. Things that it's as if they've gone have they ever gone fishing off the coast? Just hobbies and bullshit like that. I'm making small talk.
As you're doing all that, one of the guards turns, and as he's about to respond to you, you see another guard like he kicks him with his leg, and the guy straightens back up. You're under the impression that due to the nature of the situation, they are not allowed to talk to you. Like their job is to guard this gate and not communicate with you or say anything.
Okay. We keep chatting them up.
Again, kind of, yeah, correct. So one guy was about to say something, and the other one straightened him up, basically, is what happened.
Okay, seeing weakness in that one that tried to say something, like, I try and focus more on him.
As y'all get closer, and you're chatting him more and more, I just picture your face, like, getting really close to his face, being like, so you got family here? Do you like just getting closer and closer? He turns and his whole body just like turns and looks at the guy who just kicked his leg, like, please let me, please let me, please let me. But nothing ever happens. Any last things before we arrive at where you are going?
No, I'm quietly communing with my my deity.
All right. While that's happening, y'all
asking for patience with these guys.
Y'all arrive, and where y'all have traveled to is y'all have traveled. Actually, we shouldn't even be on this screen. Let me switch screens really quick, just so we can kind of know where we're at.
Yeah, Jazz isn't really happy about being under this level of scrutiny.
So y'all have traveled roughly 3 miles. Y'all have traveled through the to the Scales Ward. Let me see. You travel past the Vigilant Hall, which is the Edgewatch headquarters. So that is like the regular police. That's like the local police is the Edgewatch. Those are the ones that's funded by the Council of Nine that kind of work in each district. But then you're headed towards. I don't have a name for this. I thought I'm going to put a name for it. There is a name somewhere actually on one of my sheets. I just don't have it in the game. But where you're headed now is to the. You know what? Let me see if I can find the name real quick.
So the Vigilant Hall was the local police of the Scales Ward?
No, it is. So the way that it works is you have the. You just had me close that. You have the Edgewatch. So the Edgewatch are like the normal guards. These are like just your everyday guards. But then these guys are like the superior police. They trump anything that the local guards do. So the Edgewatch there are Edgewatch that only work in each of the 9 districts. And then these people basically supersede the Edgewatch. Does that make sense? Edgewatch is funded by the city. Each district pays for their Edgewatch members. The people who are with y'all now, these are like the statewide police, and these would be funded from the Council of Nine by where would their funding come from? It would be more.
So I guess why I'm confused is because the Scales Ward is a district.
Correct.
The
Correct.
Scales Ward the official people who are
the official police headquarters is in the Scales Ward. So is the official. So this is for all the districts. So all the districts, they're like big boy police are located in the Scales Ward. Also, the big boy court location is also Scales Ward. But those monitor all the districts. Also within the Scales Ward is the local cop headquarters, which is what I just referred to, the Vigilant Hall. The Vigilant Hall is the local cops. Each district pays their local cops, but their headquarters is in the Scales Ward. So the
Vigilant Ward is
Vigilant
the
Hall.
Edge Watch of the Scales Ward.
Correct. The guards at the docks were Edgewatch. The guards that y'all snuck past when y'all were at the docks, that was Edgewatch. So even though that Edgewatch was allocated to Tide Ward, their headquarters is Scales Ward. But now this is like the federal government as opposed to state government.
Right.
To put it in these terms. Okay, so y'all are going to the. I'm going to get y'all the name of it because it does have an official name, but I can't find it right now. But it's essentially the Justicar's Hall is where y'all are headed, which would be. It is a official. It's not a full-on courthouse, but it is an official place for court hearings and trials to happen. It's much smaller, but yeah, but it's just as official. All right, as y'all get there, I'm going to switch us. You go in. You're going to be escorted into the main court area.
Oh.
And this is the Justicar Hall. As the back of the carriage is opened up, y'all are asked to go inside. Standing at the front of the hall, not sitting behind the chair, but instead.
I need a couple minutes. Y'all continue.
Okay. Not sitting in the chair, but standing at the front is. This individual.
Okay. She looks fun.
Standing before you, barely 3 feet tall, but within the Hall of Judgment, she feels 10 feet tall, is Dorna Starwind. Every inch of her radiates lawful authority. Her presence is kind. I'm sorry, I can't read. Her presence is the kind of that silences a room the moment her soft leather boots tap across a polished stone floor. Her hair is thick, dark braid wrapped. It's a thick, dark braid wrapped into a tight bun beneath a small, formal justicial circlet. Silver and engraved with a balanced scale of the Stormhaven seat of law. Her skin is warm-toned but weathered. A faint scar crosses her left cheek. Her voice is crisp, clipped, and surprisingly firm for her size. When she speaks, it is the cadence of someone accustomed to being obeyed. She is dressed in the official halfling-tailored Justicar robes. She has dark charcoal and gold-stitched trim, a high collar, and sleeves that are split at the wrist for ease of riding and spellcasting. And then over her shoulders, she wears a mantle of soft gray fur. As you all
What's her last name again?
Starwind.
Starwind.
Starwind. Thank you.
As you come in, she motions. There's a table with 5 chairs behind it. Y'all would know if y'all seen a courtroom. Basically, it would be like where the people that are on trial would sit. And she says, "Please be seated." And then she would wait for.
I look around as if
I'll go sit down.
I don't know where to sit. I just look around.
She's motioning for y'all
over
there behind those five chairs. Please be seated.
Okay.
Um,
I'll sit by Grok.
As
I sit. Yeah.
I pull up my notes. Once y'all are seated, she is handed the documentation from Jasper, and she reiterates what has already been stated. She says, "As you have been told, you are currently being detained under the suspicions already listed. I will do so again for clarity: assault with the intent to kill, murder pending classification, theft and robbery, unlawful detainment, tampering with a crime scene, failure to report a death, and public disturbance within the walls of Stormhaven. We will take these one at a time, and I will need a guilty or not guilty from each of you. I will let y'all roll a history check, and this is a history check to determine how much do y'all know about court proceedings within the city. If you're not from here, it'll be at disadvantage. Whoever just rolled the 1
Disadvantage.
doesn't matter.
I rolled a nat 1.
Oh my goodness. Everybody get your 1s out now.
Let's go. I know less than nothing.
I only know slightly more than you, but you've only been here like a day, so.
Hey, we have a 10. Catalea. You
I
would.
haven't rolled yet, and I'm proficient.
Oh, okay, roll. My bad. I thought I saw yours. Oh, I was looking at Bobby Chews. I saw yours. Master Chew roll a 0.
Shit.
Oh, you're still almost hit the 10. So your understanding of how court works here is there are higher courts. If it is not able to be determined at the lower court, then it would go to more of a council. There is no trial there's no jury of peers. That doesn't exist. It would be jury of a council. However, the first step is to attempt to come to a verdict at the lower courts. The lower court, y'all would be aware, you would be aware specifically, that this Justicar that stands before you will question you, and she will determine your fate. If she deems that she does not have enough information, or there's some extenuating circumstances that she is unable, then she would move this on to the higher court, where there would be a more of a formal, not necessarily formal, because this is formal, but more of a full-on multiple council members that would be coming up with this verdict. That being said, for today's purposes, she is your judge, jury, and executioner. All right. So as she completes stating your charges, she says, "I will go one by one." Let's go ahead and do this just to make it simple. Left to right. How's everybody sitting? Left to right.
I'm probably sitting on one of the. I sat down first, so I'm probably on the end.
All the way to the right.
I don't know. Would it towards the center?
I don't know. You choose I'm gonna say you just choose it.
Okay. We'll say Gizmo, then Jasmine, then Grok, then Bobby. Leia, you fine on the other end?
Yeah, she can't see me at that point.
She what?
She won't see me at that point.
You can like hide behind Bobby Chew. Okay. All right. So she says, first off, before we get started, please state your name. And she points to Gizmo. Hello?
Hold on.
Oh.
Okay. My name is Gizmodius Simon Warblington the Fourth.
And how do you go by?
Gizmo.
Thank you. And your name? Points to Jasmine.
Okay, out of character, I was not expecting this. I haven't thought of a last name for her.
You can say that you said the last name and come up with it later, if that's what you're doing.
All right. Jasmine.
All right, and your name, Grok.
Grok Gorson.
You, sir. And she points to the big one, as opposed to the tall one or the little one.
Wait. It's you.
My name's Master Bobby Chew.
Is your first name Bobby or is your first name Master?
Yeah.
Thank you. Next. And finally, Miss, what is your name?
Oh, she can see me all of a sudden?
You're sitting in a chair.
Yeah, with like huge people hiding me.
Y'all are side by side, not behind each other.
Oh.
You never made a high check.
Okay. Catalea, Orchid of the Coast.
Thank you. All right, so first, assault with intent to kill. How do you plead, Gizmo?
Your Honor, I understand the title of the charge. However, I do not understand the legal requirements of the charge in order for it to apply.
Did you assault somebody with the intent to kill?
In self-defense,
Then that would not be assault with intent to kill.
then not guilty.
Murder. Actually, I'm sorry. We're going to do this one at a time. Jasmine.
I did not do this thing.
Grok.
Not guilty.
I'm sorry.
Not guilty.
Oh, I thought I Seth actually thought you said guilty.
Yeah,
His
you
mic
did
must
break
have
up
cut
when
out.
he
Yeah,
said
I was like,
I
wait, what?
was like, what are you doing?
That throws
I
a wrench
said
in
not
this
guilty.
really quick.
I
Wait,
said not guilty. You know it.
No, I didn't. That's why I was asking. I was like, wait, what? Master Chu.
I'm not guilty. I ain't do that. That wasn't me.
Catalea.
Not guilty.
Second charge, murder pending classification. Gizmo.
Again, can you state the requirements for this crime?
Murder would be taking of an innocent life. Pending classification.
that I
Pending classification means that it has not been determined if this was a murder, if this was a manslaughter, or if it doesn't. We have yet to determine the degree of this death. A death happened. The question is, was this an intentional act of an innocent individual to an innocent person?
The person who I believe you believe died was not innocent and was attacked in self-defense.
Then
Not
you would
guilty.
say not guilty. Thank you, Jasmine.
I did not do this thing either.
Grok.
Not guilty.
Bobby.
Plead the fifth.
I for the record on the charges, I need
The fifth what?
an answer.
You're the fourth.
Not guilty.
Catalea.
Not guilty.
For the charge of theft and robbery. Gizmo.
Theft and robbery of what?
Yes. Did you theft and rob things that weren't yours? Did you rob somebody and deprive them of things that were theirs and took their possessions?
A point in time.
During the said events that have happened roughly 2.5 hours ago.
Someone else said what these events were?
We took items from individuals who attacked us, which we believed were dangerous, to prevent them from harming anyone else. Not guilty.
Jasmine.
Didn't do this.
Grok.
She did ask a question though. She's
Oh, I
confused
didn't
that it
hear the
didn't get
question.
answered, but
Ask the
Oh.
question again. Seth didn't hear it.
she said, something. The woman said something about, the events that were said to have happened, and Jazz asked, "Has somebody said something? Has somebody said what happened?"
We will get into
Because
all.
nobody's asked her yet.
We will get into all that. At this point, we're just making a declaration of your view at this point, if you are guilty or not
Same
guilty.
thing as Gizmo.
So Grok said same as Gizmo. Bobby.
Same thing as Gizmo.
I respectfully decline to answer because I honestly believe my answer may be used to incriminate me. All that being said, not guilty.
I refuse to answer.
I love it.
But here's my answer.
You refused to answer,
Cat-
but you answered. Got it.
Catalea.
Not guilty.
Unlawful detainment. Gizmo.
Sorry, Your Honor. I'm just writing down all of my charges. Unlawful detainment. The individuals who were detained by
She puts
us or the people.
y'all seen this a lot. Her hand goes over the bridge of her nose as she pinches it with her
Yeah, I
eyes
get that a
closed.
lot, man.
Continue.
The individuals who attacked us were the ones that were detained, at which point we made citizens arrests in order to prevent them from harming anyone else. Not guilty.
Jasmine.
Did not detain anyone.
Grok.
Hmm. He'll say guilty to that one.
She nods.
Jeff
Bob.
looks at him confused.
Bobby.
Uh,
I mean,
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Catalea.
Not guilty.
Tampering of a crime scene. Gizmo.
In what way was the crime scene tampered with, Your Honor?
Were you guilty of tampering with a crime scene?
I don't understand what I don't know if I am guilty of tampering with a crime scene because I don't know in what way the crime scene was tampered with.
There was a crime scene and things were moved. Did you do that?
Not know if the crime scene existed
Then you would.
because I don't know what you're referring to.
Then at this
I
point,
may have done it by accident, but you're going to have to be more clear.
then there would be intent behind this. So did you intentionally tamper with a crime scene?
No, I did not.
Objection, scope, Your Honor.
We can't object. You can't object to her.
Jasmine.
No, I didn't.
Grok.
not guilty.
Bobby.
Not guilty.
Catalea.
Not guilty.
Failure to report a death. Gizmo.
Far as
I'm sorry?
what is the time frame in which a death must be reported?
Immediately upon knowledge of the death. Earliest convenient. No, not earliest convenience. Immediately. Immediately would be her response.
No, you said the earliest convenience.
Seth said earliest convenience, but that would not be what the
No,
law
we
is.
go with the earliest convenience.
No.
It just wasn't very convenient. No, it really put a damper on my day to report that death, so I didn't do it.
That's why I rescind that statement.
Nah. Once it leaves the dungeon master's lips.
God, no. Y'all don't want that. I can promise you that.
No, I know.
Did you
Yeah,
Fisher
guilty.
respond? She nods. Jasmine.
No, I didn't.
Grok.
He's gonna say not guilty.
Bobby.
Not guilty.
Leia.
Not guilty.
Public disturbance within the walls of Stormhaven. Gizmo.
Again, define the charge, Your Honor.
Golly, you're putting me in the grinder, not Your Honor. She would very succinctly say, while Seth sits here and thinks about it, did you intentionally cause a disturbance in public that would impede the normal day-to-day operations of daily life?
No, we did not, Your Honor. We were attacked and we defended ourselves. Not guilty.
Jasmine.
Not sure I completely understand the question, but I don't believe I did this.
Again, if this helps, intent is what's important here. Did you intentionally cause a situation that prevented people from pursuing their normal day-to-day operations?
I don't believe so.
Very well. Grok.
Not guilty.
Bobby.
Not guilty.
Leia.
Not guilty.
Okay, so It appears most of these charges we have not guilty, which is understandable. We had failure to report a death. We had a couple we had one that stated guilt. Who said guilty? Actually, I thought I'd remember it, but now I don't.
It was just me and Gizmo. Gizmo was the one to
Guilty to failure to report a death. Because I did not report it immediately, and I did not intend to report it immediately. I intended to go to this meeting first and then report it.
All right.
And then
Grok said yes as well. Oh no, so Grok did not agree to failure to do a death. He just agreed to unlawful detainment. Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. So here's how this will work. You all will be dismissed except one. Each one will go through a line of questioning. You will answer under. You will swear. I'm not gonna have you. I was about to have you swear by a specific god, but I'm not gonna do that. You are going to swear to tell the truth. You will be asked a series of questions. You will answer those questions to the best of your knowledge. Once all of y'all have asked all the questions, I will take these into consideration and see if a verdict can be made. Does everyone understand?
Yes, Your Honor. Can I request to be under zone of truth?
That we will come to that. You will all have the option to either, per standard rule of law, you will all have the option of either accepting or refusing a zone of truth.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That being said, it doesn't matter to me who goes first. Who would like to go first?
I mean,
I feel like if I go first, it might paint a clear picture as to what occurred with the entire party, and it may make things go easier for everyone.
Very well. All right, guards, please escort the other 4 out. And here is how we're going to do it mechanically. We are actually going to separate. So I'm going to pull one at a time into the sidebar. It shouldn't take too long, but feel free to do what you want. I will say, here's the rule. Your characters are separated, so no collaborating stories. Everybody fine with that rule?
Yep.
Yes.
That's fine. Your Honor, permission for smoke break. I'd like to go last, please. I need a cigarette. Or a cigar, or just... I need to go clear my head.
Guards, whatever cigar or cigarette he has, allow him to use. Everyone leave my chamber except for this one, and points to Gizmo. All right. So as y'all separate, I'm going to pull Gizmo down, and you need to go somewhere so you don't hear the questions too, little Missy.
Yep. Just let me know when.
If you want to go pop in your mic so you can talk to them in the other room.
Nah, I'm in trouble.
She don't want to talk to y'all.
Damn.
Wow.
Let me get a refill on my drink first. I'll be right back.
Okay. And it shouldn't take too long, y'all. It's I have it pretty streamlined. There's a lot of debate on if I wanted to do it this way, but I love he wanted to go first, and then he's the one who needs to wait a second.
You're making us go to court after she had to go to court.
I literally had a discussion earlier with Sarah. I'm like, I think this is going to end up in court, and there's no way for it not to. But at the same time, like, it has to.
It is.
Yeah, it has to. But I know that y'all were in court. I thought that y'all were going to be in court literally up to the point of this, and then y'all were going to go back to court, and y'all were all going to murder me. That's what I thought.
He shot himself in the foot.
I had
great.
no idea how today was going to go, but
Yeah.
considering they dumped a total of 53 pieces of evidence on us, I had a feeling it could go that long, and I didn't want to surprise you with it by dropping in and being like, yeah, sorry, can't make it, still stuck in court.
I appreciate absolutely, I appreciate that. I was just feeling
Don't worry,
the
Mika.
dread
I
of y'all
played
having
your
to be in
character for you.
court.
Nothing bad would have happened.
Oh, God.
Well,
I was just dreading y'all having court all day, and then it's like, oh, by the way, we're having a court session. Have fun. Be like, just kill them.
Yeah, but to be fair, this we tell the truth and we're good.
All right, we're gonna get this done. Dexon, I'm pulling you down. Now I'll pull you down. Okay. All right, good. Once I get the questions up. All right, we are going to keep this precise. I want you to stick to the facts only. Please embellish as little as possible. If there is something you would like to say for clarification reasons, please do so. However, I want to make sure that we do this in a orderly and timely way. Please, if I'm speaking, do not talk over me. Allow me to finish speaking, and I will grant you the same courtesy. Is that understood?
Yes, ma'am.
First, I'd like for you to state your name for the record once again.
When will Zone of Truth be cast, Your Honor?
I will get to that in a moment. This is just stating your name for the record.
I would like to give my full name under Zone of Truth.
Very well. All right, so you are consenting to be questioned with the Zone of Truth, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm going to let everyone know this. When Zone of Truth goes, the caster can tell if you resist it or not, just so you know. So she casts Zone of Truth. You see the effects come down. You are both now under Zone of Truth.
I choose to fail.
Actually, she would not cast it where she's in it. She's going to cast it forward. So only
I thought
you
it emanated out from her.
It does, but I think this is what I was reading before on could it work this way. It's not normal to make it work that way because most of the time the person casting it doesn't want you to know theirs, but you can include yourself if you choose to.
Okay, so you put the bubble centered on a point where you're right. Yeah, okay.
Correct.
So
correct.
They can put it where they want. They don't have to be in it.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
So we're going to center it forward. Okay. Please state your name for the record.
Gizmodius Simon Warblington IV.
Spell that.
G.
Quickly.
Z. Would you like me to write it down, Your Honor?
I got it. You said Gizmodius Simon Warblington?
Yeah. W-A-R. My token still says
Warbling. Oh, it shouldn't. I can fix that. Remind me when we're done with this.
I know. Every time we go to a new map, it still says
it's because here. Let me just do it right now. We're talking about
the token is named it, not the
correct.
character sheet.
But I can change that right now.
Okay.
Gizmo Warblington. Okay, your token has now been updated, but I will have to place out a new token for it to read that. So we'll do that going forward.
That's fine.
Okay. Warblington the third. Gizmodius Simon Warblington.
Fourth. I'm the fourth.
Fourth.
The third
Sorry.
is a GTA character.
Sorry. Do you understand the charges brought before you? And if not, which ones do you not understand?
Do not understand fully the failure to report a death.
Okay, so as all citizens should be aware, and again, failure to know the law is no excuse. As all local citizens should be aware, anytime you see a death of any kind, whether you were the cause or you saw somebody else do it, it is required by law that you report immediately to an official local guard or any type of guard authority figure.
Authority figure.
Guard authority figure, official police guard. So it doesn't have to be like rank guard. It could be anyone that's part of the official judicial branch.
Oh.
I'm not asking if you did this. I'm asking, do you understand the charge now?
I do understand it better, yes.
Are there any other that you need more clarification on?
No, ma'am.
All right. Will you answer plainly and without embellishment going forward?
Yes.
Okay. That's an actual question she's asking everybody. It's not that you were doing that. It's just one of the questions. All right. First, we need to establish a timeline. So when did your first interaction with 4 individuals take place in an alleyway?
Gizmo's thinking. I'm going back to my notes. We were on our way back from the Tides Ward. We had a 12 o'clock meeting with Sir Ambrose at in the coins at the guild hall of Horizon's Edge. I want to say it was approximately maybe around 11:30
Okay.
when the we were taking the straight path, the shortest distance from where we were in the Tide Ward to the Horizon's Edge Guild Hall. When we came across the jocund pranksters.
Please, I just need to know the time of the first interaction. We'll get into details throughout the questioning, but it's 11:30.
I will say that in the time, if you have a better time frame for when the jocund pranksters were doing their thing in between the Tides Ward and the coins, that's when the event occurred. I don't exactly know what time that was, but I want to say it's approximately around 11:30.
Okay, I will take into consideration not an exact time, but approximately 11:30.
Right. I don't know what the time was, but that's in the timeline of events. If you're able to find out when that was, that's when it happened.
Understood. Describe your. I'm sorry. Have you ever seen these individuals before?
No. Wait. Are you talking about the pranksters?
The four individuals that you encountered in the alley.
I have not seen these individuals before, to my knowledge. However, my party did say that at one point we were being followed by somebody in a blue cloak the day previous.
But you yourself did not recognize any of these individuals.
No, I don't believe I've met any of these people before. I may have seen them in a tavern or something like that, but I didn't have any knowledge of who they were at the time.
I understand. And a good rule of thumb is we don't need you guessing on what you may have glimpsed or anything like that. These are if you, and I also understand that you're currently under the zone of truth, but I'm specifically what you understand to be true. So if you understand that you have not seen them or you do not recognize them, then you can just say no, that you've never seen them before, whether or not. Maybe you did see them in a bar and you just didn't recognize them to be the same person. That's not what I'm asking. Do you know who these individuals are? Okay.
I do not. I do not
understand. Describe your purpose for being in the Tides Ward alley at that moment.
We were in the Tides Ward. We had a quest, a mission, from the guild. And the previous night, we ran into, and we had to go to the Pickled Imp in order to turn in basically to turn in our quest to the proprietor.
Go on. And then what got you to that alley at the time of the incident?
So we were headed back from the Tides Ward to the coins to the guild hall, and the jocund pranksters were basically blocking the entire street. We were unable to pass, and we saw a bunch of other individuals going through another alleyway in an attempt to go around. So we were following them in the attempt to go around and make it to our appointment.
So there were other individuals that were going in and out of this alley, and you just followed them to get through to.
Right. We were going with traffic, basically. Yeah.
All right. Who spoke first during this encounter?
The encounter started when I believe it was a veil of either smoke or fog went up. There was like a crashing sound of like the sound of crashing glass. And after all of the other individuals in the area had scattered, we realized that we were surrounded. And there was the first person who spoke first was a female human. I believe she had like brown hair-ish. and she basically demanded all of our equipment, and then we would be able to leave with our lives. They said
All right.
basically if they gave us everything that we had on us, we were free to go.
All right. Thinking back to the moment of the interaction, can you attempt to repeat the exact words that were used? To the best of your ability, and if you can't remember the exact words, just say you can't remember the exact words.
Can't remember the exact.
All right. Did the individuals make threats towards you?
Yes.
And what were those threats?
Give us everything you've got, and you can leave with your lives.
Is that a paraphrase or is that precise?
That is a paraphrase. You'd think I'd be able to remember it because it was 2 hours ago, but it feels like it was actually like 2 weeks ago.
I understand. I will mark that this is a paraphrase. Did they brandish any weapons or prepare for violence?
Yes. The female human spellcaster in front of us brandished a staff. There was another halfling human with a big mustache who was brandishing his fists in a violent manner, and the gentleman who showed up behind us, who was wearing a blue cloak, had a rapier out.
Okay, gentleman in
also...
blue cloak.
Yes.
With rapier.
Yep, he was wearing a breastplate and he had a rapier out. And there was a fourth individual who was on a rooftop. She had a staff, and she was a spellcaster. But other than that, she wasn't brandishing it menacingly or anything like that.
Say the last one, the one on the rooftop. Say that again.
She had a staff as a spellcaster. But she, other than that, she wasn't. It's like one of those things, walking stick, staff. It's like,
I understand. It could be a weapon or it could not be a weapon.
Right. Yeah,
I understand.
It's one of those that, she had it in her hand. I'll say that.
I understand. Do you believe that they intended to cause you harm?
Yes.
Did you attempt to retreat or avoid the escalation?
We were surrounded. And we told them that we planned on defending ourselves.
So no, you didn't attempt to, but it was because you were surrounded.
Correct.
I understand. Who initiated the physical violence first?
Remember.
Is that your official answer?
I
Again, if you can't remember, I don't want you to force to remember something that you can't remember.
I don't remember which side it was that after we said that we planned on defending ourselves. I don't remember who it was that swung first.
How many combatants directly engaged with your group?
How many were on their side? Is that your question?
Yes. How many of
4.
them directly, not anybody who might have been standing by, how many directly engaged once things happened?
4.
Did you attempt any non-lethal or restraining actions initially?
No.
Is that a no?
I did not.
Were you aware of any infliction of fatal blows? And if so, or if not, well, first off, were you aware that y'all had inflicted a fatal blow, or that a fatal blow was inflicted?
After it occurred, yes.
Say that again. I didn't catch all that.
After the blow had occurred, I was pretty sure it was fatal.
So yes, and then my next question was going to be, at what point were you aware? So after the event occurred, how long after? Or after the blow occurred
had been dealt, I was almost sure it was fatal.
Understood. Who dealt this fatal blow?
Did.
All right. Now we're going to talk about conduct after the encounter. Why were the surviving assailants bound?
They were bound because we intended on turning them over to the guards, and we did not want anyone to. We didn't want anyone. We didn't want any of them getting away.
Didn't want any of them to get away, and we were planning on turning them into the guards. Did you turn them into the guards?
We did not find any guards in our travels to be able to turn them into. So no, we did not.
Why were armor, weapons, and possessions removed?
We believed because these individuals posed a threat to us, we should take these things away from them, so that way they could not be used on others.
What did you do with the items taken from their persons?
We still have them in our possessions.
Why did you leave the scene without notifying a guard?
We were hoping to find one in our travels to be able to, in our travels from points from where we were to the what's the name of the place? The Guild Hall.
The Grand Lodge.
And we were also yes, we were also going to speak with Master Ambrose, because we've never been in this situation before. We didn't necessarily know what the correct process was. We were seeking guidance from him.
Why was there a note left in place of an official report?
We didn't want it to feel like we were just leaving the scene of a crime without being able to come and say, hey, we were attempting to, in the event we didn't find anybody, they would be able to still contact us. So that way we were trying to do right in the event that, somebody else got there, a guard found them before we were actually able to go and, I would say, to go and find a guard and tell them what happened. We didn't want just these individuals to be, let go.
All right, a few more questions here. Did you believe that your lives were in danger?
Yes.
Did you believe lethal force was necessary at any point?
Absolutely.
Did you have prior knowledge of these individuals or their affiliations?
No.
Did you suspect they were lying in wait or acting on behalf of another?
Time, we had no idea. But we did, in speaking to Ambrose, he was aware that the individual, the brunette human female, who was previously a member of Horizon's Edge, he had heard that she had been using the Jokin pranksters to attack other groups of adventurers.
Okay, I will take down the answer of no idea. We don't want to discuss what other people may have heard other people say. That's a bit beyond what we're going for here. So go ahead.
I should say then that you should speak with Ambrose, and find out the conversation that we had with him and what he knows about these individuals.
I understand, and we may very well do that. But for these purposes, at the time of the incident, you were not under any understanding whether or not they were acting alone
Nope.
or on behalf of someone else. Understood.
As far as we know, they ran into us in an alleyway, and they said, "Give us all your stuff," and we said no.
Understood. Now, one of the surviving assailants claims that you ambushed them. How do you respond?
I respond to that by saying, "Nope, they ambushed us, and they lost, and now and they got caught, and now they're trying to weasel their way out of it."
They claim that you struck the first blow. Is this accurate?
Again,
you
I do not
meaning the
remember who
group,
struck
not
the
you,
first
as
blow.
in Gizmo.
I do not remember which side struck the first blow. They made it known that they said that either leave your stuff or we take your lives, and we said we were going to defend ourselves. At which point, who swung first didn't matter to me because the intentions of both sides were known.
They claim that their group attempted to flee. What is your account?
They tried to attack. They tried to attack and kill us until the last man.
They claim that the looting was intentional theft. Do you have a different explanation?
They attempted to loot us. We took the items off. Also, when we took everything off of them, they were all unconscious. That is a lie. They intended to take everything that we had, or kill us in the process to do so. And as I said, Ambrose has told us that this is not the first time that they have done this.
They stated that they claimed that no threats were made towards you. Is that true?
No, that is not true.
All right. And lastly, for final verification, is there any evidence or witness that you can offer as support for your accounting? Other than the other individuals that would be questioned.
I'm thinking. No.
I am marking Ambrose, but I am also noting that this was information that happened after the fact, but that there might be some information that we might be able to glean from him about the situation. But I'm going to put no, not anybody who was aware of the actual situation, correct?
Oh, I thought you meant like other witnesses to the fact.
Yes, that is what I meant, and I'm stating that
Okay.
that the answer is no to that. But I'm also annotating. You did mention Ambrose might have additional information surrounding the events, but he's not directly aware of anything that happened at the events. Correct?
Yeah, correct. Ambrose
Understood.
may be able to provide a character witness as to both sides, as to what we were doing in the area, and what the other individuals have been up to recently.
I understand.
Because from what I understand, the individuals known as Deandra and Larkin were previous members of the Horizon's Edge and are no longer in good standing because of things that were not necessarily told to me.
Okay.
Because they are not. It's above my pay grade, and
I don't want to mark down any what people said about other people, so I'm just going to put for the official answer. No, you do not have any witness or evidences additionally of the actual events, but Ambrose might be a character witness that could help.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
That
Thank
sounds
you.
that sounds accurate, man.
All right. Is there anything you wish to add before judgment is made?
May I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Are you going to make judgment now, or are you going to interrogate the rest of my party in order to?
I will be getting all information before a judgment is made. I'm just making sure you specifically don't have anything to add before that time comes.
Understand. Were the other individuals involved? Were they questioned under Zone of Truth? The ones who claim that what we have done.
Everyone will be questioned according to the letter of the law, which is how you are currently being questioned as well. Does that answer that question?
No, that does not. When they provided you the information of all of the things they are accusing us of, were they questioned under Zone of Truth?
They were all given. I'm not going to divulge the outcomes. That is for me to determine. But they, as you were and as everyone is, they were all offered whether or not they wish to be, as per city law. Each individual is offered if they would like to give their consent to be questioned under Zone of Truth. They are not required to do so. I'm not going to divulge whether or not they did or did not.
I understand. Okay. Then I guess my next question is if someone is questioned under Zone of Truth, how much weight does it take into account?
It takes much more weight into account if they decide to willingly speak under Zone of Truth. Not
Very
speaking
well,
under... Okay.
I have no further questions then, ma'am.
All right, and last but not least, do you stand by your testimony under penalty of perjury, also understanding that with the conviction of perjury, it can reach as high as penalty of death?
I have not lied today.
So you do stand by your testimony as your word?
Yes.
Yes. All right, thank you. Guards, take him back to the main waiting area. We'll be back with him shortly.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, and I will throw you back.
Later.
Oh, dude,
right.
she's pissed.
So he's gonna roll a character. All right, who's next?
Sure, me. Next, let's go.
As my final act as this character, I want to use my. I want to say to Roman. I'm gonna give a bardic inspiration. So I'm gonna give bardic inspiration to Greg. I'm like, you got this, man. I believe in you. And then I'm gonna give a bardic inspiration to Chewie, and I'm just gonna like, I wish you the best of luck in there.
What are the components of bardic inspiration? What are the
verbal? That's it. I just have to be able to say something.
Okay.
They have to see me or hear me.
So there's no semantic or material?
Nope.
Okay.
They just have to see me or hear me. That's it.
All right.
Because it's not a spell.
So y'all both have bardic inspiration. All right, who's next?
Yep, you guys both have a D6 that you can
Let's
use.
just go.
All right.
Yep.
So Grok and Chewie have Bardic?
Yep.
Bastard, making us do fucking quarter.
I mean, trust me, I tried not to. All right, we'll get through it pretty quick. All right. Sir, state your name for the record.
Rock course.
Spell your last name for me.
Goreson.
All right. And do you understand all the charges that have been brought before you?
Somewhat.
Are there any that you need further clarification?
Unlawful detainment.
Unlawful detainment. Unlawful detainment specifically describes intentionally withholding people against their will without probable cause to do so. An example of this would be kidnapping. There's a.
Can I retract my thing then?
Yes. So you would like to change your how you plea?
Plea. Yes.
Okay. And so how do you plead to the charge of unlawful detainment?
Not guilty.
All right, let me update this. She goes back to her paperwork. As I go back to my paperwork.
Yeah, making you do that because there was a reason for it.
Okay, I can't find the paperwork, but it's because it's under Jasper, not her. All right, updated. Save. All right. Very well. So now, do you understand all the charges brought before you?
Yes.
Do you consent to being questioned within a zone of truth?
Yes.
All right. So as you say that, she begins to cast a spell. The zone of truth, you see a magical effect start to form around you. She is outside of it. You are the only one inside of it. Do you resist? Keeping in mind that the caster of Zone of Truth knows whether or not you resisted and succeeded and failed. Okay.
I do not resist.
Understand. All right. And then lastly, before we get started, will you be sure to answer plainly and without embellishment?
Yes.
All right. Let's start at the beginning. What time was your first interaction with the 4 individuals in the alleyway of the Tides Ward coming into the coins?
About 11:30.
Have you ever seen these individuals before?
Myself, no. Someone said that we were being followed prior, but
you've never seen them
no.
before. Describe your location and the purpose. Strike that. Describe your purpose for being in the Tides Ward alley at the moment of the encounter.
We were returning to the Grand Lodge to report to Ambrose for a quest that we had done the day prior, and we had a meeting at 12.
And what caused you to go into the alleyway?
Drunken pranksters were blocking the quickest way to the lodge.
Who spoke first during this encounter?
They did.
I want you to, in your best ability, repeat their exact words. If you do not remember their exact words, say I do not remember. But give it your best. Give it your best effort.
It was something along the lines of if it referring to us, they said if it isn't a new batch of edgewalkers, you ought to have been busy around town. To do something along the line. They had a weird way of talking, so it's like you've been busy around town, ain't you, or something like that. They then said, gonna keep it simple. They have us surrounded, drop our bags and our items on the ground, and they will let us go, or they'll take it from us with force. And we had about 5 seconds to decide. Yeah, I know that shit. I wrote all that down.
That's good because he didn't. Did the individuals make any threats towards you?
If they said if we didn't drop our bags and stuff, they'll take it from us by force, and that they would hurt us.
Did they brandish any weapons or prepare for violence?
The man that had blocked our retreat with the blue cloak, he had daggers. They had somebody that climbed up onto the roof trying to cast magic. Little man on the ground started walking up and kind of had a freaky look on his face, like he was gonna go berserk. And then the other woman just kind of sat back and watched everything happen, and then started hitting us too. Well, not a dagger, rapier thing.
The man who's blocking the retreats had a rapier.
Yes.
Understood. Did you believe that they intended to cause you harm?
Yes.
Did you attempt to retreat or avoid escalation?
We had no way to retreat, and they said if we tried leaving with our items, that they would take it from us by force.
Understand. And who initiated the physical violence?
That in the moment, I'm not fully sure. I believe it was them, but I can't recall the greatest.
Then I guess you would not. Well, I'm just going to ask you, what was the first aggressive act taken during the altercation? Do you remember that?
I believe one of our members tried dealing with the man behind us because they were planning to attack. The one on the roof was starting to cast the spell.
Okay, so would the casting of the spell have happened first, or the member of your group dressing the person behind you?
Casting of the spell first, then him. I think they failed to cast their spell.
How many combatants engaged your group directly?
Four.
Looking for a number. Okay. Did you attempt any non-lethal or restraining actions initially?
All of my attacks were with the pommel, so all my attacks were non-lethal.
Were you aware of any fatal blow that you inflicted?
I didn't inflict any fatal blow. I only realized that Gizmo had inflicted a fatal blow after everything had happened.
All right, now we're going to talk about your conduct after the combat. Why did you bind the surviving assailants?
So that they would be there for the guards, and that they wouldn't, be able to leave the area immediately in that scene, as they had just tried to attack us.
Why did you remove their armor, weapons, and possessions? And by
Because
you,
they
I mean
might
the
have been-
group. I'm not you specifically.
Because we came to the agreement that they could have used their items to try and get out of their bindings, and that they would then attempt to, run away and potentially cause harm to others.
What did you do with these items that were taken from their persons?
We still have them. They are within our possessions.
Why did you leave the scene without notifying a guard?
We had to meet with Amber, so we were seeking him as well for guidance in that, because they had used the Edgewalker's name, and that we were trying to figure out what was going on.
Why was a note left in place of an official report?
To at least notify the guards where we were going, and that we would make a report at a later time, but we were on a time crunch, which we were also looking for Ambros's guidance.
What was your reasoning for taking actions you did during the encounter? Strike that question. I did not ask that question to the previous one, so I'm not going to ask it now. Do you believe that your lives were in immediate danger?
Yes, when they said that they would harm us.
Do you believe lethal force was necessary at any point?
If they struck another individual of my group down, I would have used it, but I used all non-lethal.
Do you think lethal force, instead of using the word necessary, do you think lethal force
would have been justified?
Sure, yes. Do you think lethal force was justified at any point?
If it would have been justified, yes. If they had attempted to actually kill one of us.
Did they attempt to actually kill one of you? I'm asking, do you believe during the course of the events at any point was lethal force justified?
Okay, for this one, I'm going to say yes for self-defense. Yeah.
Okay. Did you have any prior knowledge of these individuals or their affiliations?
Nope.
Did you suspect that they were lying in wait or acting on behalf of another? And if you do not know, okay, unsure is a valid answer to that one. All right, only a few more questions. One of the surviving assailants claims that you ambushed them. How do you respond?
They ambushed us. We did not ambush them.
They claim that you struck the first blow. Is this accurate?
After the fog had cleared and everything, I am unsure. They attempted to take the first actions, and I think they had failed in attempting to take the first actions.
They claimed that their group attempted to flee. What is your account?
They did not try to flee.
They claimed that the looting was an intentional theft. You explain the purpose.
Again, we took their items because that they might try to use them to get out of their bindings and whatnot, and that they would have tried to just leave the area and not be caught for what they were attempting to do.
They claimed that there was no threat made towards you. Is that true?
No, they made a threat towards us, and it is the same as I said earlier.
All right, final questions. Is there any evidence or witness that can provide... Is there any evidence or witness you can offer to support your accounting?
Ambrose after the fact.
So he has no first-hand knowledge of the events, but he has second-hand
first-hand knowledge.
Understand. Is there anything that you wish to add before a judgment is made?
Nothing else.
And then last but not least, do you stand by your testimony under penalty of perjury, understanding that with perjury can come up to the penalty of death?
Yes.
All right, that is all I have for you. Please see she points to one of the guards. Take him back to the waiting area. We'll be back with them shortly. And I'm going to throw you back up with the rest of the group. All right, that's 2 rerolled characters. Next, who's up?
Yeah, I hope not. I can go.
All right, I'll pull you down.
I can go.
All right,
Hello.
since you didn't get your court case earlier, I'll make sure you have a good one now. All right, so she stands before you. She waits for you to be alone in here, and she has a scroll in front of her, and she's just reading from it. Please state your name for the record.
Jasmine, and whatever we decide my last name's going to be
Jasmine
later. ... Okay.
Do you understand the charges brought before you?
No.
Are there individual ones, or do you want me to go through the entire list?
I guess the question, I guess go through them all. I'm not really sure what you're basing the charges on. Just what your guards could see when they showed up, or did the other people say things that weren't true to make you think that it's our fault?
At this point, we are looking from your point of view of the situation. I'm not going to divulge what I do know or do not know at this point, but I can go through the individual ones, and we're looking from your point of view at whether or not you believe that you are guilty or not. But that's not what I'm asking here. This question specifically is, do you understand the charges that are brought against you? Not whether or not
necessarily.
Okay, so we'll go through them. I'll go through them one at a time, and if you want further clarification, we'll go into that. So the first charge was assault with intent to kill. Do you understand that charge?
I understand the words, but we didn't attack them. They attacked us, so I don't believe that we assaulted them.
Okay.
So
and
not
you'll
guilty.
And you'll notice with just about all of these, intent is the key here, and that's what we're attempting to understand today is intent. So assault with intent to kill means that when the aggression started, you started the aggression under the context of attempting to kill the other individuals. So that is the charge that has been brought to you. I understand that you said not guilty. I'm just making that's not what I'm asking. I'm just asking, do you now understand what the charge means? Assault with intent to kill. That there is an intent that is required for this charge.
I do understand that more clearly. Thank you.
I understand. The next charge was murder pending classification. And what we mean, I'll just go ahead and say pending classification. As I previously stated, we are still determining whether or not this is going to be a murder, a manslaughter, or the degree of murder if it is determined murder. Do you understand that charge that is being brought against you?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
All right. Do you want further clarification, or are you okay with it as is?
No, I think I have it enough that we can keep going.
I understand. The next charge was theft and robbery. Do you understand this charge?
I understand what the words mean, so yes.
Okay. Unlawful detainment. Do you understand this charge?
Not really. I understand the detainment part.
So in the case of unlawful detainment, oftentimes this is partnered with charges such as kidnapping. It means to, without cause, without just cause, depriving somebody of freedom of movement. In this case, an example would be tying them. The question is unlawful, again, intent. Do you believe that, or not do you believe, but the charge is that you did this without a lawful reason. So that's what it means by unlawful detainment. Citizen's arrest, for instance, would be lawful detainment. The charge brought against you is unlawful detainment. Do you understand the difference?
Understood now, yes.
Okay. Next is tampering with a crime scene.
Okay, I understand the words, and you said earlier about intent. So I didn't intend to...
I'll give you a little more clarity on this. And again, you can just answer for yourself if you would like on this. But it appeared that things had been moved. People had been moved. Items had been moved. Typically, when a crime happens, if everybody scatters, everything stays the same. If people move things around, that would be called tampering. So that is the charge that has been brought up, is tampering of the crime scene. Is that understood?
Okay. Again, does intent matter? Does it matter if we were taking their items versus disarming them?
Absolutely. Intent does matter.
Okay. All right, then I understand that charge as well.
Okay. Failure to report a death. you understand this charge, or why it's been brought against you. Maybe that's a better way of asking. Do you understand why this charge has been brought against you?
To an extent.
To put
But
it,
I mean, we left a note. If we were trying to hide what we did, we wouldn't have left a note.
I understand. So the reason for this charge is, and as I explained to your friend Gizmo, everyone should be aware, living within or just being within the city, and obviously, ignorance of the law is no excuse. But it is anyone, whether you are directly or indirectly involved. If you see a dead body, it is your job to, as quickly as possible, notify somebody within the legislative rule, whether that be a guard, a justicar, someone who is of state authority that can then perform an investigation. So that is why we do not, and by we, I'm saying the charge that is brought, at the time it was brought, it was not seemed that that was followed. Is it understood why that charge has been applied?
I do understand why it has been applied.
Okay. And again, I'm not asking for you to we've already stated whether or not you felt that y'all did this. I'm just stating what the charges are. And then the last one was public disturbance within the walls of Stormhaven. I did kind of go over this one earlier. Again, this is preventing people from doing their normal day-to-day operations due to any number of illegal activities. Common ones this falls under are bar fights that like spill out into the streets and things like that. Anything that disturbs the normal flow of day to day. This one would be one of the lesser charges. Do you understand that charge as well?
I do.
Okay.
And as far as understanding the laws because we live here, etc. I do understand that to an extent, but we also didn't go looking for this to happen, and we didn't cause this. So it's hard to know that I need to know the ins and outs of these laws if I'm not expecting to need to know them. Does that make sense?
I understand that, and it'll all be taken into consideration.
All right.
All right. So going back to my original question, do you understand the charges that are brought against you?
Yes.
All right. And then, second to last, do you consent to being questioned within a zone of truth? You can deny this.
I'm not necessarily looking to deny this, but I want to know that the only questions being asked of me are going to be related to this incident.
Yes.
Okay. Because I don't want to consent and then have you ask me random questions that
Nope.
I don't want to answer.
I'm only concerned about this situation and getting the truth on the record.
All right. Then I will consent.
All right. As you say that, the zone of truth begins to come down. I will let you know above table that you would be aware that the zone of truth, the caster is made aware whether or not you pass or fail any type of resistance wisdom checks. So my first question is, do you resist?
No.
Okay. So they would know that you're not.
Out of character, though, I can choose my words.
Correct. You can very much
truthful, but not be word vomiting.
Correct. So zone of truth prevents intention. So let's say that something happened that absolutely you think something happened, but it absolutely didn't happen. Zone of truth does not detect that. If you believe something happened, then zone of truth, the only thing zone of truth is detecting is whether or not you were deceiving. So if you can arrange your words where you're not deceiving, zone of truth will not detect it.
Okay.
All right. Okay, and then last question before we get into the actual questions. Will you answer plainly and without embellishment? I didn't hear anything.
I mean details are...
Correct.
Are details embellishment?
No. To answer to with... I'm asking, do you agree to stick to the points, the questions that are being asked, and answer in the most precise way you know how, without trying to adjust your words, make and hide
You're
truths?
asking me not to give you words that aren't necessary.
Correct. We have a lot to get through today, and we don't need to be here for an hour and a half. That's more Seth
Understood.
talking.
I'm sure you already were, and or at least it feels like you were. So
Yes. All right. So yes is the answer to that question. We're going to just stay on point. Understood. All right. So first question: at what time was your first interaction with 4 individuals in an alleyway coming from Tides Ward into the coins?
I don't know the exact time, but I know that it was before. Out of character, our meeting was at 11, right?
A meeting was at 12.
Okay. I know it was before noon, but it was after 11. So within that hour.
Understood.
Okay.
Have you ever seen these individuals before?
One of them, I noticed the gentleman in the blue cloak following us yesterday.
And what made you believe this individual was following you?
You know how you can just like feel somebody's looking at you? When I looked up, we kind of locked eyes, and then for several seconds, and then they darted away.
Okay.
So it's my belief that they were following us.
Understood.
And based on the incident that happened today, I believe I was correct.
Understood. Describe your purpose for being in the Tides Ward alley at the moment of the incident.
We were coming to a meeting after finishing a task for the Horizon's Edge. We were meeting with our boss, supervisor, the warden, the main warden, head warden. He's the one that gave us a list of tasks yesterday and said that we had until noon today to complete them. And so our final task, we were finishing it up in the Tide Wards and heading to our meeting with the warden in the coins.
And what got you to go down the alleyway?
There were a bunch of people. Gizmo called them jokester something. Anyway, they had a big thing going on, and they were blocking all the streets, and the only way that we could continue toward our meeting without going well out of our way was to go through that alleyway. So we were diverted. Whether or not the individuals in the alley had anything to do with the group as a whole, I don't know. But it was there was enough congestion in the street that was our best course of action to get to our destination.
All right. And who spoke during this encounter first?
They did. They said something about we could do this the easy way or the hard way. I didn't really do a lot of the talking. I was mostly trying to keep up because I wasn't really sure what the hard way and easy way were. They did further elaborate that we could drop all of our belongings and go, or we could protect ourselves and our property. And they gave us to the count of 10, and my companions and I decided that, we work hard for the things we have, and we weren't going to just voluntarily give them up to people that were threatening violence.
Sorry, I'm writing all this down. All right. Did the individual make a threat towards you?
Yes. The
All right. And do you know any specific
counting
ones?
to 10, the easy or the hard way. We didn't leave. We didn't drop our stuff, so they attacked.
And did they brandish any weapons or prepare for violence?
Yes, they had a spellcaster, at least one. The gentleman in the blue cloak had I want to say he had a dagger. There was a lot going on.
I understand. Just best
there
of your
was one
recollection.
person. There was one person up on a roof that had a fire in their hand. There was another spellcaster. I don't think they were necessarily displaying their talents before the attack, like the fire starter was, but yeah, they definitely, when we didn't drop our things and run away, they sort of braced themselves, and they did make the first attack.
Do you believe they intended to cause you harm?
Yes.
Did you attempt to retreat or avoid escalation?
They didn't give us an option to retreat, at least not without dropping all of our stuff. They had us blocked in on both sides.
And who initiated the physical violence? I believe you stated that they did.
Yes. I'm not sure which one of them it was, but like I said, the one in the blue cloak was the one that made the offer, and there was somebody already brandishing fire in their hands before the countdown from 10 to 1 concluded.
All right. And what was the first aggressive act taken during the altercation? Do you remember?
I know we were attacked first. I don't remember which person attacked first, but I do know that it wasn't myself and it wasn't my companions.
And how many combatants engaged your group directly? Not counting any possible bystanders or passerbys.
4 or 5. I know there were people on the roofs. I didn't climb up, so I could only really see the people on the ground where I was. And the one person with the fire at the beginning of the fight, because my angle of viewing, I could see her because she was far from me. But once I moved closer to that location, to respond to the people on the ground, I lost sight of her and anyone else who was up on the roofs.
All right. Did you attempt any non-lethal or restraining actions initially?
Yes, I defended myself with the flat side of my sword, the pommel versus the blade.
Okay.
I never struck them lethally.
Were you aware of any fatal blows that you inflicted?
No, I am not. Again, I'm not really sure how, unless someone got, injured from being hit on the head with the not sharp end of the sword.
I understand. All right, just a few more questions here. Why did you as a group, I'm not saying you individually, why did you bind the surviving assailants? Or maybe a better way of questioning this, why were the surviving assailants bound?
Because they had attacked us, and we wanted to make sure that they could be brought to justice. We didn't want them to escape justice after attacking us. It seemed as if it was something that they had done before, and we didn't want them to hurt anyone in the future if that could be avoided. Maybe other groups that they would prey on weren't able to defend themselves as we could, and we didn't want to leave them unbound because I would at least feel responsible if they killed someone else because we didn't.
All right. Why was their armor, weapons, and possessions removed?
I don't know about the armor, but I believe the weapons were to, again, we didn't want to leave them armed in the chance that they woke up and were able to hurt someone else, or to use the weapons to escape.
And what about possessions and armor? You said you weren't aware of the armor being removed?
No, and I
possessions?
Don't have any of it in my possession. You're welcome to check me for that. I don't have any of it.
Okay, so were you aware of it being taken, or you're saying that you just didn't possess any?
I didn't possess any. I knew that the weapons were being taken for the reasons that I stated. I didn't really pay attention to the other things, whether or not anyone was talking about them taking them.
Okay, understood. Since you only know of the weapons, what did you do as a group with the weapons that were taken from their persons?
I want to say they were confiscated. I think they were placed in someone's pack, but I'm not sure who made that decision.
Someone meaning someone in your group?
Yes. I'm not really much of a leader, I guess you could say. I have some ideas now and then. Sometimes they're good ideas and the group will agree with them and we decide on that course of action, but we don't necessarily have a leader, but we do have a very loquacious halfling. Gnome. He's a gnome.
I have met this gnome.
Yes, I know you have.
She doesn't smirk, but you have a feeling that you feel like she was inside. She's smirking, but she is not smirking on the outside. But inside, she's smirking.
Yeah, she's very professional, but yeah, I can tell.
Yes.
Yes. So, a lot of things are said that don't necessarily get acted on. That come from his lips because he is always talking. So, I don't know how the discussion of any thing being removed other than the weapons happened, nor do I know where they ended up because.
So just to.
I tend to tune out a lot of what he says. Don't tell him I said that, please.
This is well, it's kind of on the record, but I'll keep. I won't. I mean,
don't tell him specifically. I don't know that he'll read this record, but
I understand. So just to reiterate and kind of keep it more on the point. So you're aware that the weapons were taken to disarm. Your understanding is it was most likely confiscated by one of them, but where they are at this very moment, you don't exactly know. But the last time you remember it was within the possession of someone in your group. Is that a fair?
That's a fair statement. At least I assume that's where they ended up based on the discussion I overheard.
Understood.
But I was more focused on making sure that my companions were okay. One of the individuals, Grok, he was very wounded. I did some healing magic for him, which is where my focus was when the discussion and whatever actions about the perpetrator's possessions was happening. I was focused more on making sure that he was being healed and restored to health.
Understood. Why did y'all leave this? She did not say y'all. Why did you all leave the scene without notifying the city guard?
We were expected at a certain time to meet with someone, and we didn't know if we would be able to make that meeting if we stayed around and waited for guards or went and looking for guards. So we left a note We said where we would be. We said where we could be found. I think the note said who we were going to meet, but I'm not sure. I didn't write it and I didn't read it. But I knew it was being left. And if no one had come to speak with us when we were finished, we were going to continue to try to find someone and make sure that the individuals were dealt with.
All right, and you actually answered my next question on why the note was left, so I will consider that answered as well.
Yes, we weren't trying to evade justice or questioning or anything. We're very new to the Horizon's Edge, and we didn't know if Warden Ambrose would be understanding of us not showing up to the meeting on time because of this incident. But as I said, it wasn't an attempt to not report or to get out of any repercussions from it. But we also knew we didn't really have anything to hide, whereas we believed that the people who attacked us did have something to hide and would not be there to face questioning and justice if we hadn't bound them.
Okay. Do you believe that your lives were in immediate danger?
Absolutely.
Do you believe that lethal force was necessary at any point during the encounter? I'm gonna change this because I changed it for the others as well. Do you believe that lethal force was justified at any point?
I believe that we have, the right to defend ourselves, and as the people being attacked, only we are the ones that know how fearful we were for our lives. And I think that if someone else attacks you first, you do what you need to do to stop that. I don't know who in the group was responsible for any deaths, but I believe that it would be up to that person to decide how scared they were and how they felt about their skills compared to the foe they were facing. I also know that it's very difficult to use magic non-lethally. So if it were one of our spellcasters besides myself, because I didn't take any lives, that I'm aware of anyway. It wasn't my intent. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell looking at someone that you're fighting how much more they have left in them.
Yes. Just kind of bring it back. I understand where you're going, but it's more of, do you believe if lethal force was used, do you believe that it was justified from your point of view? I'm only asking from your point of view.
Yes.
I understand.
Just because I chose not to and was able to stick by that doesn't mean that I wouldn't have made the same choice if necessary.
Understood. Did you have any prior knowledge of these individuals or their affiliations?
Again, I told you about the individual in the blue coat who followed us yesterday, but he had no insignia on him when we saw each other and locked eyes. There was nothing to tell me who he was with or even why he was following us. And it wasn't until we saw him again and he made his demand in the alley that I had any idea what was going on. And it wasn't until we spoke with Warden Ambrose after that we were able to overhear a name and repeat it and learn that at least one of them used to be a member. But they were let go. I don't know the terminology for that, but
But at the time
they're
of
no
the
longer
situation,
affiliated.
but at the time of the situation, you didn't, other than possibly have been following you, y'all were not aware. You all were not aware of the individuals or their affiliations. This wasn't somebody that you
Correct.
recognized. Okay, understood.
Correct.
I got a few more questions here. I know. Thank you for your time. Did you suspect that they were lying in wait or acting on behalf of another? Or if you are unsure, you can say unsure.
I don't know if they were acting on behalf of any other, but they were absolutely lying in wait for us. Otherwise, I think it would have been difficult for them to have gotten the jump on us to surround us, so to speak. I think that's the right phrase.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there were people waiting up on the roof. There were people at both ends of the alley.
All right.
And it was pretty much just a straight through alley. There were no diverging paths from it. It was just straight through. So yes, I do believe they were lying in wait.
All right. One of the surviving assailants has claimed that you ambushed them. How do you respond?
That's not accurate, not true. And if they said that, they are either not under this zone of truth spell, or they have convinced themselves that their recollection is correct. But that is not how it happened.
All right. They also claim that you struck the first blow. Is this accurate?
No, it is not.
They claim that their group attempted to flee. What is your account?
I don't recall any of them attempting to flee. They were coming at me. I didn't really have the ability to really track the others. And if any of the people they were dealing with at any point in time were trying to flee, but the individuals that I struck in defense were not attempting to flee.
They claim that you looted them intentionally. You, meaning the group, looted them intentionally as theft. Do you have a different intention and purpose other than what's already been stated?
No, my intent was only to disarm, and I personally have no problem with giving you their items to return or not return to them as you see fit.
All right. And then last one, in regards to them, their final claim was that they made no threat towards you. Is that true?
It is not.
All right. Final verifications. Is there any evidence or witness other than Ambrose, which others have mentioned after the fact? Are there any other evidence or witness that you can offer to support your accounting?
I don't believe there was anyone else that witnessed it. At the moment, I would assume if there were anyone to witness it, they would have gone and got a guard. But, I mean, I can't guarantee what's in people's minds. Some people just want to turn their head and ignore things that don't have anything to do with them. And I also don't know if they are part or affiliated with the group that was doing the demonstration and blocking the street. But it does seem very convenient that the only path we had to take without a huge detour was the alleyway in which we got ambushed.
All right. Is there anything that you wish to add before a judgment is made?
I don't believe so.
All right. And the final, last but not least, do you stand by your testimony under penalty of perjury with the understanding that the penalty of perjury comes to up to the penalty of death?
I mean, that seems rather harsh, but
Up to, it depends on the gravity of the perjury, but do you stand?
No, I understand, but it's neither here nor there that I can't really necessarily think of lying so badly that you would deserve to die for it.
You would be shocked.
I probably would, your Majesty, Your Honor. But I stand by that under this penalty of perjury, that I have revealed everything to the best of my recollection, and that my statements have been accurate.
Very well. All right, your statements have been recorded. She motions for a guard. Please show her to the waiting area, and we will be back with her shortly. Send in the next one, and so I will throw you back up with the group.
All right.
All right, we're getting close, everybody. I know this is taking a while. Taking a while.
I rolled my
It's
new
very
character.
Okay,
thorough.
good. Yes.
You know.
Yep. Hey,
You're
this is
not
my
gonna
first
like
court
what I
case
got,
too.
'cause, yeah.
All right, Stonky, we'll throw you in, and then Leia's not in here. I'll grab Leia when it's her turn. But you ready, Stonky?
We
Yep.
might have to stop
All right.
after those two because I'm starting to get worn out.
All right, let's get through this one then. I'll be right back.
Yep.
All right, Stonky, you ready?
Yeah, let me grab a beer real quick, but I'm
All right.
ready.
All right, let me know when you're back. Yeah, I keep forgetting your character just in general. That's so funny. Crap.
I'm ready.
All right, give me 1 second. Master Bobby Chew. Okay. Yeah, I'm so used to having 4 people in this group because we've pretty much had 4 people in this group for like 2 years. So I only did 4 of these instead of 5. There we go. Now we got 5. All right. All right. So you are now standing alone before this halfling Justicar, who begins asking questions. First things first, will you state your name for the record?
Yeah, my name's Master Bobby Chew.
Do you understand the charges that are brought before you?
I think I got an idea. Would you refresh me on what they are exactly?
Assault with the intent to kill, murder pending the classification, theft and robbery, unlawful detainment, tampering with a crime scene, failure to report a death, and public disturbance within the walls of Stormhaven.
All right, yeah, now I'm caught up.
All right. So you do understand the charges brought against you?
Yeah.
All right. Do you consent to being questioned within a zone of truth?
Absolutely.
All right. She reaches up and begins to cast a spell, and you see a magical dome appear around you. She is not inside the dome; only you are. Above table, you would know as a character, you would know that the caster of the Zone of Truth can tell if you have succeeded or failed a saving throw to resist the Zone of Truth. So the first question is, do you attempt to resist the Zone of Truth?
No.
Okay, so she knows that you are not resisting the Zone of Truth. All right. And last, before we get into the questioning, will you answer plainly without embellishment?
Yeah, of course. I would never.
All right, let's get into it.
You know how us folk from the Eastern Isle, we don't make up tall tales like that. Come on, that's preposterous.
All right. Let's get into it. At what time did your group first encounter the 4 individuals in the alleyway between the Tide Ward and the coins?
I don't know. It was a couple hours ago. Let me think. Was maybe, I don't know, a little bit before noon, something like that.
All right. Have you ever seen these individuals before?
Not to my recollection, no. I ain't seen them.
All right. And what was your purpose of being in the Tidesward Alley at the moment of the incident?
Oh well, we were headed to the Great Wolf Lodge. We had to go see Ambrose. We had to go talk with him. We was taking a shortcut through the alley. They were all them like prankster influencer types. They was causing a ruckus in the street. So we cut through the alley to try and avoid all the large crowd, you know.
All right. And who spoke first during this encounter?
I ain't really one for words, you know. I think they was trying to rob us. They approached us with intent, criminal intent at that.
All right, but you don't remember the exact words that were stated?
They wanted our stuff. They wanted us to empty our pocketbooks. Something to that effect. They wanted what we got, and we wasn't gonna give it to them.
Did the individuals make any threats towards you?
Yeah. They said they wanted us to give them our stuff, or they said they was gonna kill us. They said we was gonna die.
Does your character believe that this isn't Seth talking? Does your character believe that they said that you were gonna die?
I can't remember exactly what they said.
But does your character believe that that's what was said?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so he's not trying to embellish here. That's what he believes. That's his recollection. Okay.
Yeah.
Continuing on. Did they brandish any weapons or prepare for violence?
I don't know. I couldn't say.
All right. Do you believe they intended to cause you harm?
Oh, without a doubt.
Did you attempt to retreat or avoid escalation?
I told them they didn't want none of this, but they seemed to want some of this, so they got it. You know what I mean?
So no, you didn't attempt to retreat or avoid escalation.
I mean, you know, not per se. I mean, I didn't want to do it, but I did what had to be done.
And who initiated the physical violence?
It's a wonderful question, Your Honor. It was not me.
Do you remember the first aggressive act taken during the altercation?
I believe one of them tried to swing at one of us.
And how many combatants engaged you directly during this encounter? And by you, I mean the group. The group. How many assailants directly encountered you? Meaning not passerbys, not bystanders.
I believe there was 4.
All right. Did you attempt any non-lethal or restraining actions initially?
Popped them in the chops once or twice, you know, but I wasn't like you know, putting them in a hold or nothing like that, you know.
So you're saying you did or you didn't try non-lethal or restraining options?
I mean, like, I popped them, you know. I wasn't like slicing and dicing, you know, nothing like that. I popped them in the chops, but I wasn't like trying to, like, you know, get them in a sleeper hold or nothing like that.
Were you aware of any fatal wounds that you inflicted?
Fatal wounds inflicted by me? Nah, nothing like that.
All right.
I ain't do nothing like that to nobody. Come on.
Now, after the combat happened, why were the assailants bound? Why were the surviving assailants bound?
Oh, because you know, they tried to rob us. You know, they tried to attack us in the alley. You know, we figured we need to you know, leave them. We need to make sure, you know, they's not gonna try and do this again to nobody else. You know.
And why was their armor, weapons, and possessions removed?
Oh yeah, those were trophies of a battle hard fought.
And what did you do with the items that were taken from their persons?
Oh, they're probably in my bag or something.
And why did you leave the scene without notifying a city guard?
You know, we was going to, but it was just we was heading one way, and you know, the guards was like out of the way. I left a note. I left a note to say, you know, they tried to rob us, and they got what was coming to them. You know.
All right, and that answers my next question of why you left a note. So I'll say answered above. All right. These are a little more direct. Did you believe that your lives were in immediate danger?
Absolutely.
Did you believe that lethal force was justified at any point?
Lethal force justified? Who's to say?
That's why I'm asking
I
you. Do you believe that it was justified if one of them were to die during this, one or more of them were to die during this encounter? Do you believe that was justified based on the situation?
Well, Your Honor, you know, I believe, you know, you play shitty games and you win shitty prizes, you know? These folk, they were out here, you know, they was obviously looking for trouble, and when trouble found them, sometimes you gotta face the music. You gotta, you know, face the consequences of your actions. So I'd say, in this instance, perhaps it is justified, yes.
Okay, and do you suspect that they were lying in wait or acting on behalf of... I'm sorry. Do you suspect that they were lying in wait on their own or acting on behalf of another?
Who's to say, you know, all these things, you know, I'm new here in the city. Who would have a problem with me, you know?
All right.
I ain't know them. I ain't got no problem with them, you know. As far as I know, they attacked my companions, and that's that, you know. I had to back my friends.
Okay, so I'm going to put not sure on that one, which is a valid response. All right, a few more. One of the surviving assailants claims that your group ambushed them. How do you respond?
Oh, that's a flat out lie. That's preposterous. We didn't do that. There was one of them on the roof. They was waiting on the roof so they could like jump down on us and whatever they was gonna do. I mean, you know, come on. There was obviously they had this was not spur of the moment. This was some sort of premeditated attack. Whether it was on us specifically or just on anyone unfortunate enough to go down that alley, who's to say?
All right. They also claim that you struck the first blow. Is that accurate?
It's like you know, blows were flying. You know, I got my fists here. You know, I got two of them. They're great fists. They're beautiful. But
some might say the best fist. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
as far as striking the first blow, you know, it's one of those things in the heat of the moment. You know, the fists are flying everywhere. Who really knows?
All right. They also claim that their group attempted to flee. What's your account?
Attempted to flee? Nah. They was down for their cause. They wanted what we had in our pocketbooks. They was gonna try and get it no matter what.
They claim that you looted them intentionally as theft. Is that your purpose, or do you have a different purpose of why you took their belongings?
No. We take their belongings. No. We disarmed them.
All right. And they also claim that they made no threat towards you. Is that true?
Oh, that's a falsehood. They threw like a flashbang or something into the alley, and they said, "Hold, freeze, dickheads! We're taking your shit," or something like that. I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna put that as a paraphrase. All right. Some final questions here. Is there any evidence or witnesses other than Ambrose, some have already mentioned, that you can offer as support for your account?
I don't know. Maybe some of them like prankster weirdos who was like in the streets or whatever. Maybe maybe some of them had seen what was going down. I don't know.
But no one that you are able to bring forward?
No, nobody by name that I could say was a witness. No.
Is there anything that you would like to add to your statement before a judgment is made?
I'd like to say, I love this country. I love this judicial system. It's fair and balanced, the best one in the world. I know you're gonna make the right decision. Capiche?
I'm typing. All right. And then last but not least, do you stand by your testimony under penalty of perjury with the understanding that perjury comes with the penalty up to and including death?
Yeah, I stand by my statement. What I said, Your Honor, yeah.
House Rules don't know how to spell decision. All right. That is all I have for you. She motions for a guard to come over. Please escort Master Chu back to the waiting area, and we will be with him shortly.
Thank you.
That fold in it.
All right, we got one more to question. Let
Yeah.
me go ask Leia, and we'll be right back in a few minutes.
Goodbye.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Ever
like the Pixel
since
a lot.
I got rid of a Nokia brick phone, I have had an iPhone. I'm familiar with the other operating systems because that used to be part of my corporate job, was to learn all the ins and
For the record, since we're talking into the computer, was about talking to the mic. All right, so you're the last one to go. Everyone else has already done their stuff. So let me bring up your questions. All right, so you're the only one in there. It is you and the halfling Justicar. She stands before you. She's reading from a scroll, and she begins asking questions. First things first, state your name for the record.
It's Catalay Orchid of the Coast.
Do you understand the charges that have been brought before you?
Yes, I think so.
Are there any that you would like further explanation, or
No.
do you feel comfortable?
No, I feel comfortable.
Do you consent to being questioned within a zone of truth?
Okay.
Is that a yes? I need an affirmative or an...
Yeah, I'm good.
So as you say that, she begins to cast a spell. You see a magical dome start appearing around you. You would know, as Catalea, that within the zone of truth, the caster is aware if you attempt to resist and whether or not you succeed or fail that resistance. So my question to you is, do you attempt to resist the zone of truth?
No.
Okay. So she is aware that you did not resist the zone of truth. All right. And then lastly, before we get into your final questions, will you answer plainly and without embellishment?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to take sure as an affirmative going forward, since you like that word. Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's start off with establishing a timeline. At what time did your group first encounter the 4 individuals in the alleyway between the Tides Ward and the coins?
Are you asking for time of day or?
If you know it, yes, or an estimation.
I just know it was morning. I can't remember the exact time. I think it was like 10, 11. I don't know, something around there.
Had you ever seen these individuals before?
No.
Describe your purpose for being in the Tides Ward alley at the moment of the incident.
We were trying to avoid the protesters or whatever they were, and we were trying to find a quick route to where we were hoping to go, away from people.
And who spoke first in this encounter?
I believe the attackers did, which would not be us. The others.
Can you repeat their exact words to the best of your ability? And if you can't do so, say, I'm not sure.
Drop everything you got.
Anything else you can remember?
I think they gave us a threat, but I don't remember the threat. I just remember them asking us drop everything.
Okay. Well, my next question is, did the individuals make a threat towards you? So the answer is yes?
Yes.
Do you remember any of the specific words that were used?
No. At that point, I was a little terrified, and I think everything started to, was a bit on high alert, so I wasn't really aware of the words they were saying, more of the fact of what was, like, the actions they were doing, I guess.
Did they brandish any weapons or prepare for violence?
Yes.
Do you remember specifics?
Well, they got in formation of, they split up. There was two different, they had blocked all the exits. There was someone on the roof and someone on either side of the alley, which, as someone who's, trying to escape this situation's a bit triggering, honestly, and, yeah, they had weapons out. And like I said, they told us to drop everything, and then I remember they did give me a threat. I don't know the exact words they used, though. But the message was clear.
Do you believe they intended to cause you harm?
Well, yeah! They wasn't letting us escape, and they had weapons.
A yes will suffice. Did you attempt to retreat or avoid... Did you attempt to retreat or avoid escalation?
Again, they blocked my escape. And even I might have been able to escape, but my friends definitely couldn't. They're not as agile as I am. I don't know if you notice my friends. They're pretty large and cumbersome, I guess is the word. Not as agile as me. So like again, I might have been able to escape, but I wasn't gonna escape without my friends. And yeah.
All right. And who initiated the physical violence?
I think they did. I think they did. Yeah. My memory is unclear on that part. I was hiding behind a crate at first. It's kind of my first go-to. I tend to hide if I can't escape, and so I don't remember really who attacked. I don't know if that had field of vision at that point. I can't remember.
Then do you know what the first aggressive act taken during the altercation was?
I don't remember.
How many combatants were directly involved in the engagement against you?
There is one lead lady. There is one on the roof. There was someone with the lead lady, and I think there might have been at her end of the thing. And the other end, there was one. So I think there was 4. There might have been 5.
Did you attempt any non-lethal or restraining actions initially?
No. I mean, like I said, I hid, and by the time I was moving, fighting had already taken place. So there wasn't much I could do, I felt like.
Are you aware of any fatal blows that you inflicted?
I did not inflict any fatal blows, no, but there was a very, very scary lady. She made my hair stand on end. She was really, really scary. But I didn't kill her.
Okay, did somebody kill her?
I think, yes.
All right. I'm not gonna ask you more questions on that at this
Honestly,
time.
her death was really scary because she smiled at me while she was dying, and it was very creepy. And her eyes were glowing red, and she looked like a demon. And like it was. I was really shaken up afterwards. Not gonna lie, I didn't know what to do. My brain was kind of everywhere. It's pretty, like I said, she was really scary.
Okay, we'll move on. After the combat had concluded, why were the surviving assailants bound?
Because they had attacked us.
And why did y'all bind them for that?
So they wouldn't keep attacking us.
But they were unconscious.
Doesn't mean they won't attack us if they become conscious. It's kind of like, you know, that fighter saying you gotta make sure they don't get up type of deal. You know what I mean, miss?
I understand the words you're saying, yes.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Why was their armor, weapons, and possessions removed?
Well, because they were attacking us, and we were scared that they were going to attack us again. So we took their weapons, because they were dangerous people, clearly.
And their armor and possessions?
Well, their armor for sure, because again, dangerous people. And we could use their armor in case they, which I didn't take any armor, so I can't say for myself why whoever took the armor, because I didn't take the armor. So I can't actually speak for them.
And what about possessions?
What positions?
Are you aware of any possessions that were taken? You're in zone of truth. So if your character would know, then you would need to say.
Yeah. Yeah. I think some gold was taken.
Okay, and what was the purpose of taking the gold?
Because they attacked us, and we felt like they had no need for the gold at that point, I guess.
And what did you do with the items that were taken from their persons?
The gold?
All of it. The weapons.
I just took gold, and I gave it to my team members to for collective use. I have no idea. I don't think I took anything else.
Okay, so your knowledge is that the group has what was taken then.
Yeah, and I can't speak for the others.
Okay, and I don't expect you to. Why did your group leave the scene without notifying the guards?
I know that I was really shaken. And I don't think I was thinking too clearly, but I do know that I think we were very, our whole mess, before we were attacked, we were trying to meet somebody at a certain time, to finish a mission, and we were scared if we didn't finish the mission that we'd get in trouble and get kicked out of something that I worked months and months and months and months to, like, this has been my dream, right? And we were scared if we didn't meet up at this exact time that we would get kicked out. And again, spit shaken, honestly, lady was scary. I wasn't thinking too clearly, but I think we just knew there was a lot of tension, and we just felt like we had to, like, that we needed to leave. A lot of emotions everywhere.
And why was a note left in place of an official report?
I didn't place the note, so I can't speak for the people who did place the note. And honestly, I'm going to go with my group of people. No matter what they choose, they're my group.
What was your reasoning? Nope, I didn't ask the other, so I'm not going to ask you that question. Did you believe that your lives were in immediate danger?
Yes.
Did you believe that lethal force was justified at any point during the encounter?
Yes.
Did you have prior knowledge of these individuals or their affiliations?
No.
Did you suspect that they were lying in wait or acting on behalf of someone else?
To tell you the truth, We had been followed throughout. We think we've been followed throughout the day, and we had in possession some knowledge of certain items and stuff. Top secret, so I can't go, sharing this with everybody. So we thought maybe it had something to do with that. I think so. We don't think it was just a random encounter, or I believe it wasn't. If it was a random encounter, I feel like we would have done it a lot differently. But because we thought this was more of a enemy group, or like we thought it's more it wasn't like a civilian type of thing. It was more of a, we should let our head of our group know, because if it's an enemy of the group, then our enemy of our guild, our head of the guild should know. So that's also who we were meeting. So we thought it was important to let him know the situation.
I understand. Now, one of the surviving assailants claims that you ambushed them. How do you respond?
Why would we ambush them? I guess they would say for their stuff that we took, but again, we did that in self-defense. And I am in the zone of truth, so I am going to say that was a complete lie. You should put them in the zone of truth to figure out what they think is the truth. But I know the truth. They attacked first.
They claim that you also struck the first blow. Is this accurate? I'm assuming your answer is no based on what you just said.
I'm going to say no. But again, remember, I don't think I was in field of vision. I was hiding behind the crate. But because they had weapons out and told us to drop and gave us a threat, I'm going to say they attacked first.
Good enough. They claim that their group attempted to flee. What is your account?
They were at the end of the alley. They could flee. We could not flee. We were in the center of an alley. They could have easily outran us.
They claim that your looting was intentional theft.
No, it wasn't intentional theft. It was self-preservation.
And as far as the gold, was that also self-preservation?
Yes.
Explain.
You've never been poor, have you?
She does not show any emotion towards that. Do you care to elaborate on how being poor or self-preservation from this group of people would result in you taking gold?
Again, we are not sure. We assumed they might have been an enemy guild. We don't know what the guild uses their gold for. It could be for any nefarious reasons, really, honestly. And yes, we did make assumptions, but they did attack us. And we could use the gold, our gold that we get for our guild, to better the community. So I felt like the gold was in better use and would be self-preservation for our community. It's a lot better than what they were using it for, honestly.
All right, and then lastly, they claim that they made no threat towards you. Is that true?
No, they did threaten us.
All right, and then for final verification, is there any evidence or witness other than Ambrose that the others have mentioned that you can offer to support your account?
I don't think so, unless you ask anyone in the crowd that was.
But
near
no one
the
that
alley.
you, no one that you can bring, no one that
No.
you're aware of.
We went straight from the alley to Ambrose to report the incident. We did run into a couple professors, but it was Ambrose that we reported the incident to.
But they were the ones that
were previously probably mentioned, yes.
no, so these professors that they didn't have direct knowledge of the situation. They weren't witnesses of the actual situation.
No, they weren't there. They weren't there. We met up with them when we met up with Mr. Warden Ambrose.
All right. Is there anything additional that you would like to add before a judgment is made?
I'm just really glad it's over. Like I said, it was super scary. I've never actually been in a battle like that before. So I'm just glad we made it out alive. And I really trust my comrades. They have my back, and I want to have their backs.
And then last but not least, do you stand by your testimony under penalty of perjury with the understanding that perjury comes with the penalty up to and including death?
I answered as honestly as I could.
All right. She motions for a guard. Take her to the waiting room as well. We will be meeting with them shortly. All right. All right,
After
ladies and
you
gentlemen.
left the city.
From who?
Nat, Natasha.
Oh, surprised to see her around.
Yeah, I know. She's back around. I was so excited. Sorry, Seth. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're fine. All right. We have concluded. You all get the death penalty. Congratulations.
Great.
All right. Now, give me a second. All right. Well, apparently the dogs weren't happy about that either.
Yeah.
All right. So, as after everyone has been questioned individually, it is y'all are eventually. It does take some time. Everyone gets interviewed. She takes some time to read through all the notes she's taken, kind of get an idea, take into consideration all the other evidence she has, to see if she's even able to make a determination based on the information provided. Y'all wait in the waiting area for a while, probably about an hour after everyone's been questioned. Y'all are all back together at this point. Y'all have been able to communicate. Is there anything y'all want to say or do during this time before moving on to
I have a
her
question.
return? Yes.
So, considering the fact that it took like 3 hours to interrogate all of us, is that how much time that actually passes?
I think it took about about 2 hours, but yeah.
Well, I don't know, whatever. Like, it's just...
Probably, yeah, I would say so. Yeah. Yeah, and then with
Okay.
another hour for, yeah, so I'd say it's been 3 hours since y'all been here. So if y'all got here roughly at, what did we say? The meeting was
Well,
at
I
noon,
said-
it's like 1 maybe?
I said that at 1 was when we were done talking to Ambrose, right?
So we'll say got
So we
here
got
about
picked
1:30 because y'all were in a car, y'all could get
Yeah.
here quicker. Yeah, so
So
we'll
probably
say
like
it's
3 o'clock-ish now?
1:30, 2:30, 3:30. We'll say it's 4:30.
Okay.
We'll say we'll say it's 4. It's 4 when she
Okay.
returns. All right. Is there anything that y'all internally want to do?
Before she comes back, I look around at I assume there's a clock in there, and I'm just like, and people want to know why we didn't just stand there and miss
Yeah,
our meeting and wait for this.
Yeah, this is exactly why.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how clocks work. We haven't discussed clocks in this world. It's,
I figure that's
It's
a
a
rock gnome
sundial.
thing. There are like
there's
they're
something.
like tinkerers and stuff like that. If there's mechanic, like
I'll tell
somebody
you
fucking
what.
makes
There's
it.
enough with
I
this
don't know.
world that I've had to make up. Y'all figure out how clocks work. Is there anything else that y'all want to discuss or do prior to her returning?
Considering clockwork soul sorcerers are in the player's handbook, it's probably has
That's
something
fair.
Nice.
yeah, it probably has something to do with
I'm
the
good
Modrons
to just
and the
get to the ruling
the elemental
because I'm getting tired.
He needs to go to bed.
Okay. Well,
dead.
that being said, after quite some time, she enters in. As she approaches and she moves behind her bench this time, she says, "Please return to your seats." I'm assuming y'all do so.
Yeah.
She looks up to the guards. Please bring in the others. The guards go out, and from a back room, you hear a chamber door open, and out come 3 individuals that look rather worse for wear. You recognize them. They are still wearing
Naked?
the same lack of. They're still all wearing clothes. Y'all didn't steal their clothes. But yes, they look. They're still wearing the same outfits that you last saw them in. They're kind of beat to hell. But you see a redheaded human female. You see a halfling, blonde-haired male with a large mustache that is quite droopy at the moment.
Shaved half his mustache.
Oh God! And then you also have another gentleman in with his hood is down now. He's just a plain-looking
a cloakless gentleman.
He still has the cloak. It's just down. It's not over his head.
No, we took it.
Oh, did y'all take the cloak? Oh, okay. All right.
No,
Yeah.
it's on him.
I specifically wrote that down.
Okay. All right. Then he has no
Of
cloak.
course you
All righty. So, she stands before y'all, and she says, "I have taken into consideration all y'all's accounts. My first job when situations like this arise is to first determine, is there enough information for me to make a verdict? If I cannot make a verdict, then this is pushed to a higher court where it's a much more involved situation, as it does require the entire council. This would be the Scales Ward Council, not the Council of Nine, for clarification. That would determine the outcome of these events. First, I would like to say that, yes, I believe that there's enough information that I would be able to make a determination today. I also want to make it clear that my verdict is final. All charges and offenses will be all verdicts given out today will take effect immediately, and any verdicts that you disagree with, you can appeal at a later time. Does anybody have any questions before we continue? All right. With that,
just generally speaking, sorry.
Yes.
Just generally speaking, so if you find someone guilty, they have to go do the time and then they appeal?
They can appeal whatever the charge is will take effect immediately. However, they're still allowed an appeal if they would like an appeal.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Out of character, I was just like, are we no pixeling this shit?
Out of character, I'm not letting y'all do an appeal.
Time back.
I'm not letting y'all do an appeal right now. That is, because y'all would have to like.
I don't want to do an appeal right now.
What I'm saying is, if the result is
we want to go on a
jail,
quest.
you're not being sent free to come back and appeal later. You're going to go to jail now, and then you can bond out or whatever we establish, because I haven't made it that far in my law creation for this world. Anywho, continuing. All right, any other questions? All right. With that, I do want to address.
Okay.
I want to go over some of the grander points that that we have discussed. I have already spoken to the other group about various aspects of their story that needed more clarification or that was concerning to me. So I'll now do the same for your group as she addresses the five of you.
So wait, so they get to do it without us watching, but we have to do it with them
They were just in another room.
Well, I know,
They weren't
but
watching.
she brought them out, and now she's gonna ask us more questions.
No, I'm not
That
asking
doesn't
you.
seem very
I'm not
fair.
asking y'all anything. I'm telling y'all what my findings are.
Okay. Well, she said clarification, so I thought she was gonna ask more questions.
Did I say clarifications?
No, she did. Yeah, you did.
Oh, well, I didn't mean clarifications. So here are the issues with that I'm coming across on both sides, and then I will explain. The reason I'm saying this is so y'all understand the reason for the verdicts. first, the timeline of events between the two parties, obviously, there's a strong differing set of events that happened. I believe that by questioning all of y'all, I have been able to come up with a very clear set of events that truly happened. There are a couple things that are concerning for both sides, and those are things I want to address. The first thing is the fact that the accusing side has claimed that this was an attack to rob them of their goods, and this was a blatant assault that happened, and they are complete innocent bystanders. They just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. A point of order towards that is the fact that the defending group currently has all of their possessions. So that does, in fact, line up with the claims that are being made. In fact, one of you was wearing the very armor that one of the members over here claimed to have lost down to every detail. So that is concerning. The other part that's concerning is the fact that, as is standard and standard law, is that any death, any sort of death, should be immediately reported to an official under the court of law, whether that be a guard, justicar, somebody under the authoritative hierarchy. Should have been reported, and that did not seem to take place. So again, these are the things that are concerning. All that being said, are there any final statements before the verdicts are read?
Have you gotten Ambrose's character statements?
I did not, because I do not
mention that to you.
I did not, because I do not believe they are necessary.
Okay.
Any other questions? All right. I will start with the defense. For the defending group, for the charges of murder and manslaughter, you are not guilty. For the charges of assault, you are not guilty. For the charges of unlawful detainment, you are not guilty. For the charges of theft, you are not guilty. For the charges of failure to report a death, I find you guilty. For the charge of abandoning a crime scene, that's the same thing. I don't know why it's in there twice. I find you guilty. The reason I'm not going to find you guilty of theft is because I believe that y'all have given a justification as to your reasoning. However, I am not going to allow y'all to keep the items that were taken. So, provided that you turn over all items to...
I have a question.
Go ahead.
I have a point of clarification, Seth.
Yes.
So in the initial things that we were pleading guilty or not guilty, there was failure to report a death.
I'm
I'm
redoing it because I just saw that it's not the same list. You're right.
Okay.
Assault with attempt to kill, you are not guilty. Murder, not guilty. Theft and robbery, not guilty. Unlawful detainment, not guilty. Tampering with a crime scene, it was supposed to be tampering, not abandoning. Tampering with a crime scene, guilty. Failure to report a death, guilty. Public disturbance within the walls of Stormhaven, not guilty. Theft is not guilty because I understand the reasoning and I stand by your justification as to why you took the items. However, I am going to require you to return them. You will not be returning them to the accusers at this time. You will be returning them to the court, and the court will disperse them at the time that is deemed necessary for them to receive their items. Now, for the reasoning for tampering with a crime scene is once the situation had ended, it does appear that bodies were moved, items were taken. And that makes it very hard for us to be able to determine exactly what happened because things were not left alone. That's why you were given that. And then failure to report a death, it's very simple. You have to report a death to a guard. Reporting it to Ambrose does not justify that. He is not part of the authority. Therefore, that is just a disregard for the law. And so that those two will stand. Now, and by the way, the other side is stewing at this moment. But so far there have been no uproars or anything. And she said, now for the accusers, you have had crimes brought up against you as well. And so for the crime of attempted robbery, we find you all guilty. For the crime of assault with intent to harm, we find you guilty. DeAndre DeLay, for providing false testimony to a Justicar, we find you guilty. For the entire group, on the charges of continued conspiracy, we find you guilty. For the entire group, on the charge of causing a public disturbance, we find you guilty. DeAndre DeLay, due to your repeated offenses and due to your failure to present truthful testimony under interrogation, you will be fined 200 gold pieces and you will be imprisoned for 1 year within the Scalesworn prison. You are receiving a 6-month ban after your year-long sentence from entering the Scalesworn district after release, and you'll be marked as a high-risk offender for lying to the Justicar. To the other 2 surviving attackers, you will each receive 3 months in prison and 50 gold piece fine apiece. During the sentence, you will be receiving mandatory labor rotations. Does anyone have any questions or following statements they would like to make prior to us adjourning this court? With that,
you never said anything about our sentences.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't say the time is fine.
It's not important right now.
Penalties. Sorry, PC penalties. For failure to report, it'll be 50 gold pieces. And then restitution for the theft will be return all gear from the attackers. No penalty, no additional penalties. And then for the tampering,
none of us have that gold.
Tampering with a crime scene, this one will also be a 50 gold piece penalty. You will not be charged with any time, as we are treating the investigation as time served. There will be a formal warning written within your Scalesworn file that will state that you failed to alert the guards. That will be a formal warning under each of you. Do you understand these penalties? And charges? She asked that, and it seems that you are in agreement. That's when Ambrose stands and says, may I address the court? And she says, yes, you may address the court.
When did he get here?
Good question. But he stands and she says, state your name. And he says, my name is Ambrose Valson. These are wards of my organization, the Horizon's Edge. Would it be permissible for me to pay their fines on their behalf? And she nods in agreement with that. Yes, their formal warnings will stand. However, if your organization would like to pay for those, they may. Any other questions or business that needs to be attended to?
Your Honor, how long is that warning for? Is that permanent, or can we work that off for not getting in trouble again?
We just need to tell a guard the next time we kill somebody.
Well, I get that, but I don't want the warning. Well, I mean, technically we didn't kill anybody. It was self-defense, and they happened to die.
No,
Is it different?
I guess that's true. she just was a stronger person, had a higher constitution, she might still be alive.
The warning will
Man.
remain for 6 months. At 6 months, if you would like to readdress it, we will be able to take a look at your current record. If there are no new recordings of similar levels of you know the word I'm trying to say, then we can have that expunged from your record.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Stands for 6 months. With that, court is adjourned. Officers, please take the arrested individuals with you. The rest of you, if you will please relinquish your the items that you are holding from the others. If you'll relinquish those to the guards, you may go and retrieve your gear from them. I don't wish to see you in my court again. And with that, good day. And she dismisses herself, hops down from her little chair, and walks out. I hate court. Let's just go. Seth is going to go on record. I hate court.
This
All
is the
right.
man who used to practice it for roleplay purposes.
Yeah, well, there's a reason that I went to crime. It drives me to crime.
I thought it was because it was more fun.
that too. All right. Y'all are now y'all are escorted back to the guards who have your stuff. Are y'all going to turn over all the items that you recovered? And if so, are you giving it all? This is gold included.
I will.
I'm not in possession of any of it, so
Let me re-ask that because we
Not
can
my
figure
call
out
to
the
make.
logistics after. Is anybody attempting to withhold anything, or is everybody being upfront with what they're doing at this point?
I already handed back the rapier and the breastplate. That's the best I remember. So
So nobody is attempting to hang on to anything?
I think I've got some stuff. I'm gonna give the items back, but I'm gonna pocket the gold.
I mean, it is really hard for them to prove that it was their
Well,
gold.
Right, because like I don't know if they're gonna say it's like, oh yeah, I had 600 gold pieces on me, and I'm like, well, you didn't take that off of them because that's not true. Like we've already
Yeah.
proven that they've been willing to lie in court. So I
You
don't
know what? That's a
it
fair
is,
point,
like,
and she didn't
if we-
address it either. Seth is going to make a determination for y'all to be in line with what she demanded. You just have to return the weapons and armor and clothing, because yeah, that'd be a whole nother investigation to find out
Nice.
how much gold was actually
Okay.
taken. So yeah, so y'all can keep the gold as long as y'all give everything else back. Y'all can keep everything, but you would have to make some checks for that in order to succeed at that.
Okay. So going through the list, the rapier.
Again,
the
I'm not too
breastplate
concerned right
are
now at this
so-
moment of what exactly it is. I'm just making sure nobody's trying to withhold anything. Is everybody on board with returning what was taken?
Yes.
So
Okay.
you want
The
weapons?
physical
arm-
items,
Yeah, I'm
yes.
okay with it.
Okay. All right. So we'll
want
deal
weapons,
with logistics
armor,
afterward. But yes,
clothing?
Yes, weapons, armor, clothing, everything that is not gold that was taken. I'm
Got
gonna
it.
say that you gave it all to the guards. Okay. Awesome. I'm going to allow everyone to roll a history check. Please, somebody roll higher than a 10. Please. This is less of history. This is more
there you go.
of
You're good.
Oh, there it is. This is less of history. It's more of like understanding the customs of the city. It's that type of history. All right, that we're good. Everybody's hitting it. Good job. Okay, so what y'all are aware of is that things of the city, because of the fact that it is it is a mixed mash of law versus it is not, there is no separation between church and state. Things in this city are done very rigidly, and they believe that is in order to keep the peace. The things that happen in this city as far as this whole situation, because you didn't inform a guard, y'all would understand that is this city thing. This is not how the real world works. Outside of this city, you would know, because all of y'all have at some point or another been in other places. It is way more martial law. If a guard sees you do a crime, they might come in and address it, but they can probably be bought off. It's in this city, things are very rigid. So I hate saying what your understanding would be. The point that she was trying to get across with this verdict is that violence within the city is treated very strongly. This is why a lot of the Ashen Rise is unpopulated, because most of them are in jail, because they treat things very quickly here. And I mean, as y'all learn, perjury is punishable by death in certain situations. So they don't play nice with people breaking the law. And it's the only way. Again, you're talking about a city that is ran by 9 different gods, and these gods, half of them are at war with their tenants completely disagree with the other tenants, so they feel they have to be like this. So that is what y'all understand why this was such a big to-do, even though in most cities and towns and stuff like that, this would not be the normal outcome. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Well, yeah, and I mean, somebody fucking died.
And that's it.
And it's wild that they accuse us of murder and she only gets a year.
Well, they didn't murder anybody.
Among other things. I guess that's true, but
Well, no,
you know.
but I mean, their decision to attack us led to the murder.
True.
Right.
True.
So theoretically, they're guilty of manslaughter.
Yes.
Woman slaughter.
Person slaughter.
I assume their gender. I'm sorry.
All right. I'm assuming, because we're losing Roman, that this is where y'all are going to want to stop for tonight.
I think that's
Okay.
probably a good idea.
Okay. Then we will call
Plus,
it
even though my
here.
case didn't happen, I'm mentally exhausted from it.
I'm mentally exhausted from this case.
On
Good
record.
Lord.
I also
hey, you're
wanted
the one
on
that
record.
decided to do this.
Yeah.
No, I didn't, by the way.
I just wanted on
Anyways.
record that she said the failure to report, the fine was 50 gold. Tampering with a crime scene, it was 50 gold. She did not say per person.
It was not per person. It was not
Throwing
per person.
that out there, and I'm going to argue that.
It specifically was
Okay,
not
good.
per person, because it says on my sheet per person, and I'm like, that is not how much that should be. So I changed. So on the fly, I made it per group.
I mean, Jesus, we can't fucking even afford that.
Maybe
well,
you can.
this is why Ambrose was there.
Oh,
Well,
excuse me, sir.
So now that we're out
no.
of
We
the
robbed them,
session,
we can afford it.
now that we're out of the session, I'm going to talk to y'all above table. So I've talked to Sarah earlier today, and the session. If you need to go, Roman, the session's over. But I talked to Sarah.
No
and
way.
I said, here's the issue that I'm having tonight, because I know that there's no way that I can just leave. I can have people that are alive know who killed their friend, and that just like it just goes away. So there has to be some sort of penalty. But what do you do when I know that the group does not want to do a court case, and I don't want to do a court case? Nobody here wants to do this court case, but I feel like we have to. Like I couldn't find a way around it. So anyways, that was the best I could come up with. I felt like it had to be done. But yes, I'm
Tell Dexter not to kill people next time.
My lack of creativity is what caused this. So. But
See,
yeah.
really,
We
what
just need
could
a
have
tiny
happened
piece
is
of
if we
paper.
just
Well, so here,
Yeah.
so two options.
next time we just dip.
Well, either this is Seth talking. I'm not saying this is what your character should do, but Seth says, "Kill everybody and nobody can point at you," and then you can dip, and you don't have to
Leave
deal
no
with it.
witnesses.
Yep, leave no witnesses.
And that's when you get a guard that just has speak with dead, and then they're like, "Yeah, we got murdered by those people."
Yeah, but
Murdered
see,
by some random
but
guys
see,
who tried to jump.
They better get enough information in 5 questions that. How does that work? So if one person uses Speak with Dead, can somebody else use Speak with Dead for another 5 questions?
Nope.
So then, what if you
No.
go to
Nope.
Speak with Dead with somebody who's been
The
dead
soul
for
gets 5
1,000
questions.
years, but then somebody else 500 years ago had questioned them?
The spell
nothing
multiple
happens.
target.
I see plot holes.
Also, if you steal their jaw, it doesn't work either.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Oh yeah,
There you go. So I want every
Can't
death.
talk without it.
I
so,
want
yeah.
every combat to end in death and then mutilation of their face.
Just put somebody else's
what I
jaw on him.
expect.
It'll be fine.
Hey, if I was to create the barbarian I just was thinking about making, you would have a
Skulls.
null that's ripping people's jaws off and making it into armor.
Oh my god.
So just so
Hey, it would be his name would be Rot Mouth or Rot Jaw. Say jaw.
Oh, so I'm reading.
Because
Speak with Dead.
Rot Fang's been
You gotta wait
taken.
10 days. The spell fails if the corpse was the target of the spell within the past 10 days. So you gotta wait 10 days before you can ask it again.
Oh, okay. So you can
But
ask
it also
the same
fails
thing.
it.
You
Well, it
just have to
doesn't
wait 10
fail,
days.
but you can't ask them questions if they're missing their jaw. Too.
Says they must have a mouth. Theoretically, you don't have a mouth if you're all bone. Medically.
True.
Yeah, how can something
I
make
think
sounds?
that should have been
without-
reworded. I think it was made into jaw.
What if their heads decapitated? Like, what if they don't have a vocal cords?
You can just take the head with you. You don't need the body.
Well, that's what I'm saying. How do they make sound?
Yeah, vocal cords don't play into it for some reason.
That makes no sense. So they have to have a
You're
mouth.
thinking logically. That's
This is true. That's just the way the magic works.
well, you can't.
Are
They
you-
can't
I-
respond to you
so
if they don't
here's
have
the
a
thing.
mouth.
Are you done streaming?
I
by
think
the
the
way?
No, I'm still
creature
alive.
must have had a
I'll
mouth.
stop it.
I was gonna say.
Oh,
hey,
let me end real quick. Thanks for watching,
again, I got a
everybody.
funny thing to bring up.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you all next time, and we're actually gonna fight some things next time. I'm retiring from law. The next time, everybody just gets the death penalty for walking.
Yeah,
into
you're
the court.
retiring from law.
I'm retiring from law.